Hey, we're
Live.
live.
Okay, everybody. Hey, welcome to channel 2 of Friday Night Fights. If you want to go see some good ATS being played, go to Vassal and watch Mitch and Mad Tony, Anthony Kinner go at it at Red Christmas. They're over there. I was going to show you, but it's too much hassle. So anyway, go to Vassal and you'll see it. There's only 2 rooms being played right now, them and us. But Mitch is a long-time player and Tony's pretty new. I'd say Tony's probably just a couple games ahead of me, or maybe just a few games ahead of me. And so he's learning the system too and getting his butt kicked by Mitch. And now you'll see in this room me getting my butt kicked by Devin. But we do want to warn you, not many good tactics here. Just 2 crazy guys rolling dice. Just real quick, we're going to play out of basic game 1A, Cole's Charge. And let me show you real quick my setup here, just so you can see, because we had some people talking in another game, Lock and Load, asking about how do you teach a newbie? How do you get someone to play? Well, anyway, so I thought I'd just kind of show the back what it looks like. So here I am, just set up my table downstairs. I got my scenario sheet. I got my charts here. You can see I got my computer here. Got my iPad here. That's more. You don't need that. That's more for this live streaming thing here. So I can catch the chats. So we got all that. I got the rules here because I will be looking at them, but not too often. These rules aren't too bad, but there's still a lot to. Still learning a lot here. So let's go to the chat. Uzi Patrol is in the house already. What you really want? Nice. So we have Uzi Patrol. Welcome, Uzi. You get the prize being the first one. Yeah, look in the mailbox for it. It'll be there next to never. Okay. Let's see here. What else do I want to show? Oh, so some people are like, well, how do you hook up a game with somebody? Well, you join one of the Facebook groups, for example, or you can do this on Board Game Geek as well. But Facebook seems a little bit more personal, but you start to get to know people on Board Game Geek and I guess even Consim World. And you do the hardest part is you just ask and say, I'm a noob and can someone teach me how to play? And any of these games, there'll be someone that wants to teach you because we all want more opponents. So it's as easy as that. Just chatted with Devin online. You just talk to each other, watch his videos. You just start to kind of get to know people virtually, air quoting, and you just ask. And then if you can't stand the person, you never ask again. So this will be our last game because Devin will be like, this Todd, I tell you what. Just kidding.
You're one of the better opponents I've ever had.
We've played one game, Devin. Wait, you be careful. Wait till you hear tonight.
No, I'm good at making snap judgments.
Oh, okay. Actually, I'm pretty good at that too. I judge lots of books by their cover and make. All right. So, anyways,
well, if we're not supposed to judge books by the cover, why do they put the covers on them?
Exactly, and spend all that money on art.
Exactly.
So anyway, so someone was asking, so tomorrow I'm gonna be actually online gaming Lock and Load system because I'm insane and want to learn 3 tactical systems at the same time. So I'm going to be playing Kev or Big Board Gaming on Lock and Load. Same kind of way. I'm going to get on Google Hangouts and give it a shot with Kev. Kev I've talked to several times on some chits and chats with him, but I've never actually played a game with him. So again, I just you know what? I just did it. So if you're also thinking, I'm just kind of awkward, I'm social awkward, guess what? It is not comfortable for me to reach out to someone and ask them to play a game because it's a lot easier just to go solo. But it's also enjoyable to play with other people and kind of also test your tactics or lack of. And especially when you're learning rules, especially like this and ASL, it's really easier to do it with someone else. So like Anthony with Mitch, it's just way easier to learn it with someone that has some clue, at least where to look things up. All right, so I'm going to turn off the camera because you don't need to see my face. I'm going to share my screen with you all. And I'm going to go to the application window. And Devin, thanks a lot for playing tonight. This is pretty last minute, as is my thing with Kevin, but that's kind of how I do things. And I appreciate you being able to jump on last minute with me, Devin.
Last minute. We set this up yesterday.
Oh, that's good.
That's not last minute. Last minute would be like an hour ago.
Oh, okay. Well, good. That's cool. That's because I feel like that's last minute. But because some people plan these things out, weeks. in advance. That's good. All right, let's. Huzzah, Uzi says. Uzi says. Okay. But as I was setting my little setup here, I thought, man, I could. So this is the same table where I paint miniatures. I thought, man, I could paint miniatures while I'm gaming. That'd be awesome. But I'm not going to do that. So, because I don't know the rules that well. All right, so here's the game. We're doing Cole's Charge. It's scenario 1 out of the basic game. Well, I was going to show that, but I turned my camera, so I'm not going to worry about it. Basically, Devin has to. Devin, you're welcome to pipe in. I just kind of take over and start talking. But there are, how many buildings are there? I think there's like 9 buildings on here or something. But basically, Devin has to have either, and Devin, correct me if I'm wrong, he either has to have control of 7 or more buildings, or this every hill, I think every hill hex on this hill on what is that? R8, S8, T8, U9, T9, S9.
I will say I hate that graphic for the hill. I'm glad Ray did not stick with that as the official hill graphic. I just do not like how that hill looks. The coloring to me is off, and those little squidgy lines to mark the slope, it just doesn't look good to me. So I'm glad Ray did not stick with that.
Right. Yeah, there are more. Is it just a different color, more pronounced, I think, right?
Yeah, it's definitely, if you take a look between this and say if you go and take a look at Panther Line, you'll definitely see the difference in the hill coloring and such.
Yeah. So anyway, those are. Do I have your 2 objectives correct there, Devin?
You are correct. It's either or 7 buildings or all the hill hexes.
Oh, and he has to have greater than or equal to 3 stacking points, which basically is just a squad counter or some equivalent of stacking points. The cool thing I like about ATS is that stacking points is easy to remember. I mean, it's just the number of guys on the counters, so that's nice. But they have to be non-broken personnel in any hex of the hill defined as hexes. Blah, blah, and I already told you. Let me ask you a question. Devin, is non-broken, is surrendered considered, or surrendered considered broken?
Surrender is considered broken. It's considered worse than broken.
Right. Okay.
Besides which, you also have to remember that all surrendered units have to be resolved at the end of the turn anyway. So I can't think of very many circumstances. Actually, I can't think of any circumstances where a surrendered status would carry over from turn to turn, because you resolve all surrendered statuses at the end of the turn. You either recover from surrendered and become broken, good order, or you're eliminated. So,
okay. Okay, so that's 1. Spotting conditions are average, which doesn't really. Well, I guess what's the average? That is.
I think for stationary is 12 hexes in the open.
Yeah, 12. So.
And then in buildings, it's going to be what?
So everyone knows. You look on chart B.
10 hexes, yeah, or 8 hexes. 8 hexes.
So average, normal. Oh, yes, 8 hexes or 6. Now it says suppressed or fog of war. So 6 hexes. If I'm suppressed, like let's say since I'm in buildings, if I'm suppressed, if I'm the target of the spotting, or
if you always go off of what the status of the target is, what you're looking at.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. What other?
And since we have no fog of war, and I don't think there's anywhere on this map that you can directly trace 8 hexes of clear line of sight, except for maybe from height elevation. But even then, let's see, average under moving assault 18 hexes. Yeah, I mean, if everything's stationary, no hills or anything like that, we're going to be able to see each other, because there are very few places where we can draw more than 8 lines. Well, maybe like Q1 to Q13 down that road.
Sure.
But other than that, I mean, I can't see of anything on this map that's further than 8 hexes that isn't going to be running into some type of LOS issue. The problem will come into height, because we do have height advantage on here. But even still, because like the stuff you've got on that hill, R8, S8, S9, all that stuff right there, even with average conditions, if I'm not moving, yeah, it's going to be 8 hexes if I'm improved masonry. Even if I am moving, it's 10 hexes. So that may be something to keep an eye out for.
Okay. All right. So moving personnel 10. Oh, that's interesting.
So yeah, basically, your guys down there in R8 can see out to the H column without unhindered or unaided, let's say.
Okay. And how do orchards affect this second level? So everyone knows my guys are on H, G, and H5s. They're in the second level, so which is like the same level as that hill, correct? Yeah, plus
Yes.
10. It says it right there.
Yep.
So how do the orchards affect that? They can't see. It
Well,
blocks, right?
orchards are blocking line of sight from higher elevation if they're in season, and they are definitely in season. So each one of those orchards will create a blocking line of sight. So as it stands right now, G5 cannot see down into C4s, C3, C2. They might be able to see C1. I don't know if the line of sight will cross the D2 hex side, but yeah, as for the most part, as it stands right now, it's the line of sight is going to be now. As soon as I move into like D4, D3, D2, then you'll be able to see me.
Yep.
But since you're trying to shoot down through leaves, it doesn't quite work like that. So now that's the thing with orchards. Orchards do not really block line of sight, same level elevation, because the trees are spaced too far apart. But if you're firing from a higher elevation and they're in season, they do create blocking hex sides or blind hex sides because of the leaves and such.
Okay. All right. When I had one, oh, and let's keep reading the special rules here. So spotting conditions, I was given an extra crew. That doesn't matter. Dev and I already talked about that. And okay, the buildings were good. Okay. So this game, my intention anyway, is not the last game Dev and I played was a little bit more of a teaching game. I was really, I mean, it's always a learning game. You're always learning, but my intention more is just to play this as much as we can. Of course, I'll be always stopping and asking questions, but it's not so much to teach the game to the viewers. It's more just to let you guys see us playing one out and kind of testing it out. I guess I should ask Uzi. Uzi, can you see the? You're my guinea pig. Can you see the board? Can you hear us fine? Everything sounding good. Just want to make sure it's all good for our audience. Want to make sure we're good for the fans. And I think we're ready. So, and it says, so we actually get to roll for initiative on the first thing, right? Because you don't get the first. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's one thing I've always kind of have had issues with a lot of scenario designers for ATS. It's like we use the impulse system, so it means we never know who's going to go first, and the attacker isn't always guaranteed of having the attack. So
yeah, but yeah, that's interesting. And are you allowed to check? Are you allowed to check line of sight? Like in ASL, you cannot check line of sight. I think you can't even check before the game, right? Technically, but I can't imagine. But
yeah, in ASL, you cannot check line of sight before you take the shot. In ATS, like I said, I usually always play solitaire. I think you can. I don't think there's any restrictions on checking line of sight.
Okay, well, I'll check real quick and see. Well, that was the thing I was going to talk about. I was like, I don't plan to spend a ton of time in the rules, but since we're having started
it happens.
3162, 3162, 3162. Let's just look real quick. Okay, 6.2. And if we don't find it, we'll just say you can, I guess. A straight line drawn between the dice. You use a thread or straight edge. Like you train when spotting range rolls in. And unable to fire didn't see, with a few exceptions, train the firing, vehicles obscuring, smoke dust, line trace, exact, adding, unit, skimming, level 5, tracing, obscured, spotting. It doesn't say. I don't see it anywhere in that quick glance. So if we'll say you can check, I guess. If you're fine with that, then.
Are you checking 6.3 for actual spotting?
Oh, no, I stopped at that. Is that where it'd be?
Yeah, well, 6.33 observation units. No unit may be fired on unless it is within line of sight and spotting range if in use. So that right there would indicate to me you can't even shoot on them unless you have line of sight. Whereas in ASL, if you shoot, you declare your shot, and if there is no line of sight, it's a wasted shot. It's considered that unit had fired.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Yeah, which is always an interesting. I find that an interesting thing. Okay. Are you ready? I think we're ready.
Yep.
Wait. Uzi says you can't. Interesting. And here's Uzi giving us the.
Hey, Uzi's our savior.
Well, all right, that's fine. I'm good either way. Okay. Shall we roll?
Well, let me check.
Oh, you want to check too? Okay.
Using the spotting range table.
You know where that is, Uzi? If you can give the reference, it's good for not only for us, but our viewers, if you haven't. Because I'm sure you're just sitting there with the rules handy as you're sitting there watching. Uzi, what are you doing while you're watching this? I'm always curious. Are you clipping counters? Are you doing laundry? Are you just sitting there watching? All right, what are you doing there? Well, Devin's checking here. It's that kind of rule is in like an unusual place typically in games, right? Because it's not like in line of sight. It's always in some other, like, I think it would be in spotting though. Sometimes. Modifiers, rounding. Ladies and gentlemen, you're at the part of the game that we gamers find fun. Half the fun is finding rules while we're playing. It is actually kind of fun. I think it's kind of a sick thing that we like. I mean, I show ASL are spending their time on their nose in rules books, but then I'm like, you know, we're not the only ones. Role players do it too. I've been in role playing games.
Oh yeah,
they spend their time in the books. Playing pinball FX on my tablet. Oh, nice. Then you don't have time to look up a rule because the pinball is always moving. I love pinball. I have a friend here locally, a couple friends actually, but one guy's really into it that not collects. He has like 3 pinball machines, some new, some old. It's pretty cool. Pinball's fun. Well then, Uzi, you happen to have that reference memorized? Are you a lawyer?
We'll just go with what Uzi says. He tends to be more correct than you and I. So.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, it's fine. I'm used to it with ASL anyway. So
yeah.
And I can't remember lock and load. I think lock and load you can check, but all right. Ready? So.
Oh yeah, you want to do the indirect? You've got a mortar.
Oh, you can do that.
Actually, that's a light mortar. I don't know if you can actually do onboard indirect with a light mortar.
Here, I just was reading that this morning, or over my lunch. I was skimming rules for. I thought. Yeah. I'm not gonna say what I thought because I don't remember. I don't think I have any targets anyway. So I won't on this one, but maybe I will in the other turns. But if we can, let's see mortars. It's only a couple. Sava's with us. Hey, Sava. He says good stuff. Sava, thanks for joining us, man. So 12-3-2, 12-5, 6-6-2, and 14-6. Well, now we got two experts on. Sava or Uzi. Well, we're looking this up. Maybe you'll find it before we can light.
Well, yeah, actually, I think the entire point is moot because I'm beyond your sight range. Right. I'm stationary at average, and that's you can only see me at 10 hexes.
Yeah.
Or 8 hexes. Yeah, normal, stationary, 8 hexes. So it's a moot point. You can't even fire the mortar at me because you can't see me, even if I was in the open.
On Mitch's fully engaged sequence of play 4.5, he does say mortars may fire, but he does not say light differentiate.
I think light mortars can.
As long as you have if it's indirect, yeah.
Yeah, because it's indirect, so.
All right.
So we're skipping the indirect fire phase.
Okay, sounds good. So, fire and movement segment.
Yep.
Roll for initiative. I let you roll first so I can know what I need to roll to be. You go lower or higher?
Lowest, yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I just one of those dumb things. Okay.
Honestly, to me, I've never seen what differences it makes as long as both players agree on the method.
Well, right, but it's good to go low because that's how this game goes, right? It's everything.
Yeah, typically.
Lower. So 7, I believe, is lower than 4. So
yep, that common core math, that is correct. But
Devin gets to go first.
The rest of us in the real world. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off down here at C12.
Okay, I've got
Those guys are going to be assault moving. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Beautiful.
And that'll be their movement.
Okay.
Over to you.
Okay. I'm going to move assault move the guys down here in R11.
Okay.
I don't know if it matters. Q12. I guess you can see it once I start moving, right, Doug?
Yep.
So that's 1. And then into the house would be 1 for the wall and 2 for the building. So
correct.
2, 3, 4.
Yep.
And so now I'll mark them all assault, and they're done.
No, I think I heard you declare that they were running, so they're winded. I think I heard you declare all your troops are always running.
Oh, always running? Oh, yeah.
Always, yeah. So just mark them all with winded now.
Winded, cool. Yeah. See, those watching, I know Saba and Uzi know this, but if you're watching and you don't know the game later on, winded is terrible. So DX is bad in ASL, but it's bad for it runs out. But winded lasts forever unless you stop and don't do something, which is pretty cool actually. But yeah, it's pain. Oh, let me ask you a question, Devin. So this sergeant was right here in R11.
Yep.
Could he have activated, so to speak, this unit in R10? Do they
and done platoon movement? Yes.
Do they all have to move? How does that work since they're in?
Oh, there are some rules concerning for platoon movement, but honestly, I can't remember right off the top of my head.
So what I would have done with them is I would have moved them into the woods at Q10. But could they have done that? I mean, so I guess this is the time. I said I wasn't going to look up rules, but never done platoon movement. So
we always look up rules. You should know this by now.
Yeah, I'll stop saying that.
11.3.2.
Okay, going. Oh, Frogleggers has joined us. Running is better than crawling. Kent Smith says, howdy. What's up, people? Scott Eagles. Hey, folks. Nice. Scott, good to see you. Or see your text. This is awesome. Great. Just so you all know, not to get rid of you, because it's great having you guys watch. There is another game of ATS going on. East Front. Red Christmas, I believe. No, yeah. And with Mitch and Tony, they're just on Vassal and I believe on Discord, so they're not doing a Google Hangout like this, but they're on that like that. So it looks like Devin's getting ready to do something.
Someone's playing with the pieces.
Oh, that's not you?
Nope, that wasn't me.
Okay, so that answers our question. You can in fact move. All right, so yeah, I was looking at platoon. I was like, wait a minute, Devin's moving. That's pretty sneaky. Tell me to go look up a rule and start moving. That's wrong. Todd, where'd you go look that up? Wait. How are you guys in assault with me? Let's see. Crawling. Winded. Platoon movement. Movement impulse may be used up to create a platoon of lock migrants to move up into 3 accessible adjacent hexes to move and up to 3 accessible adjacent. Oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, because the one. No, really not 4. Using the statement to qualify. At least one container must contain a leader moving with the rest of the platoon. In order to take part, each hex has to be adjacent to at least one of the other hexes or locations in the platoon at the start, and it must be possible to move between all hexes connecting the platoon. Platoon cannot be formed between hexes separated by a cliff. Players should announce, okay, same stack platoon. They must always move together as a platoon. No leader is needed. When using multi-hex platoon movement, all personnel units must use the same movement type, assault, running, crawling. Units... ladies and gentlemen, this is exciting. You get to hear me read rules aloud. I always wanted to be a book reader. Units using platoon movement may not enter a hex in violation of stacking at any time during a move. Oh, is that always true? You can never go past the stacking rules, which I got to memorize again. If the platoon leader is unable to continue moving, all units in the platoon must immediately stop. Ooh, that's a big deal. Unless there's another leader moving in one of the platoon hexes, or if any remaining units in the platoon still eligible to move past a UC, whereupon they may continue moving subject to cohesion restrictions. As a UC.
Usage check. It's you're gonna run into that very rarely.
Okay. When moving as a platoon, all units must expend MP simultaneously, hex by hex, at location by location. Exception. Okay, so cohesion once platoon moves and initiated, individual users may not voluntarily break off from the platoon that turn. All units must move into the next. Okay, so they couldn't do that then.
Yeah, because they had to remain in G. You could have
Okay.
gotten them to P11, but you wouldn't have been able to then move them into O10.
Yep. Okay. Cool. That answers that. I think that's it. Let me just see what the chat is here real quick. Hey, is there any way we could have the map screen showing all the time instead of swapping to a picture of Devin every time he talks?
That's an issue with Google Hangout. I don't think there is a way that we can turn that off. That's an issue I've always had with Google Hangouts. One of the reasons why I personally tend not to use it. But if there is a way to turn it off, I don't know.
Okay, so I just clicked on something. I said present. So can everyone see the screen now? On my little thing, Devin, you know, where there's a little picture of you and a picture of me on the Hangout.
Yep.
There's a little caret there that says present to everyone. And I click that. I wonder if that's so. Okay, so Devin, I want you to talk and everyone tell me if the map stays on or Devin comes on. And the test begins now.
Test 1 2, test 1 2, testy 1 2.
Okay, so that's cool. Well, Scott does make a good point. You can certainly go to Vassal, like someone is in our thing in Vassal, watch it in Vassal and listen to the sound on Google Hangouts. Great point, Scott. This is why we want Scott on the line, because he's a thinker. But map stays on. Sweet. So Devin, everyone who wants to run Google Hangouts, that's how you do that. So I went to my little thumbnail at the bottom right-hand side. It says you, which would normally show my map, and I said present the screen. I knew there was a way to lock it. Now, there's also a caret on Devin's that says hide from broadcast, so I don't know if that would also do that, but I'm afraid to hit that because, I mean, there is eject.
Then it will kick me from the chat, and I'll never be able to return.
Be sad. But there is eject, which I think that's what that does. So I'm curious. Yeah, and see, so right now there's a button that says present to everyone yours. So so I think we're good. I think we figured it out. So
okay, cool. So not only are people learning about ATS, they're also learning how to use Google Hangout. We are multitasking here.
You're not going to get that at Mitch and Tony's game. No way.
Exactly.
All right, cool. Hey guys, thanks a lot. Map stayed on. Yay. Sorry, Devin. They were talking about how handsome you are, but I guess they must not think you're that handsome.
I got a face only a mother could love. I got a face for radio. Come on.
Oh, there. Scott said, I happen to like getting glimpses of that handsome chap. Oh,
no, they just want to see my fish. Well, I don't have my camera on, but most people just want to see my fish tank in the background.
But thank you, Kent, for bringing that up, because yes, I did want to do that. So that's awesome. So, yeah, and then Scott, but don't mess with our pieces in the game. Let's see who's in the room. Yep, Scott, Savas. Oh yeah, we got Ken. We got all the kinds of guys in there. Awesome. Okay. Okay, great. So Devin, you're up.
All right. So I will go and I will point this out, kind of a little bit of a tactical advice. If you wanted to, you could still do that platoon movement. The unit in R10 would end up in P10, but if you wanted to, during the infiltration phase, just infiltrate them into
cool
O10.
Can I do that? Are you cool with
that? I'm cool with it, dude. I don't care.
All right. Well, I just want to make sure, it's like, it's like, well, I was telling you that you can do it next time.
No. I don't play like that. Anytime I give you advice, and I'm usually 99% cool with you actually taking the advice that I give.
Yeah. And what I would normally do in that kind of case, it would be like if I had not thought of it at all, I wouldn't do it. But I had thought of it, so I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I just didn't know. And I got to remember that infiltration thing. That came up in our last game. That you have that. It's just like ASL. You've got this thing that you can move. It's kind of like skulking, right? You got to remember it's something you can do. But it's not skulking. So, all right, you're up now.
All right, we're going to take C4, and we are going to crawl them into D4.
Okay, so crawling. So I can see them now.
Yes, you can now see them because they are not behind a blind hex. Well, let's put it this way. Your machine gun can see them. The guys that are on the ground floor can't.
Correct. Do they still get cover from that hedge?
Yes, they would still get cover from the hedge.
Okay. That thick brush. All right, so crawling, and crawling gives you what?
No modifier to the dice roll.
So there's no modifier, so there's no reason to do it now versus any other time. There's no benefit shooting now versus, except for I put residual fire there. I don't know. What is the stacking limit again?
3 squads.
So nine stacking points.
9.
Give or take.
It's more than that because you can have. I think you can have 3 squads or 9 stacking points plus a bunch of individual. I think it's unlimited individual personnel counters.
Right.
Suffice to say, I usually never go over 3 squads in a hex.
Right. Yeah. Real quick here, line of sight 1253. Determine the range by counting about line of sight. Uzi popped in there. Determine if there is an line of sight. That's an odd way of saying it. Determine if there's a line of sight between the firing unit and its intended target. If the line of sight is found to be blocked after declaring intent to fire, do not mark the firing unit as fired. Essentially, you're passing.
Okay. Well, that is definitely different than ASL because in ASL, you declare a shot and the line of sight is blocked. You're considered to have taken the shot.
Right. Yeah. So you can break your gun and stuff. And rate of fire, I guess, on all that. But the people are still able to move and fire later on if they want. But you do kind of lose a turn. You pass. So there's a cost to doing it, which then again implies that you can't check. I think that just kind of confirms.
Yep.
You can't look ahead of time. I don't see anything about looking because I think in ASL you can't look before the game, right?
I think before the game is the only time you really can look, except for when you're actual checking for line of sight. And the only time I know you can do a free line of sight check is when you're checking for concealment during a game. So anyways, I crawled into there. Are you going to op fire on me?
I don't think so. I don't see any advantage to doing that yet. So, although...
Really? Are you sure? Because you got to remember, I crawled. I can still assault fire.
Yeah, I just thought of that. When I said that, I thought, oh, yeah, he did do that. So I might want to get that free shot. And all I have to do is fire... All I can do is fire that. I assume the crew can't fire because it's got 2 and there's 2. So, okay, fine, Devin. I'll fire the machine gun.
Okay, so it's going to be on the 8 column. See if you can figure out what all the modifiers are. I already know what they are, but can you figure them out?
Please hold.
Yep.
I'm going to say +1 is the only modifier.
And where is that +1 modifier coming from?
From the hedge.
You are correct. Now, here's a little quiz. Why am I not getting the obstructing fire from the orchard?
Because you're in it. And...
Correct. Obscuring terrain is only if the line of fire passes through it, not into it.
Right.
So yes, you are correct. It is +1. I crawled. There's no modifier for crawling. So you're on the 8 column at a +1.
So I need to roll a 5 or less. Come on. Or a 9. Perfect. So then I mark the machine gun as fire. Okay.
All righty. And I will assault fire. So it's going to be 4, 8, 9, 10. 10, and you are in improved masonry, which is going to be +3. So we are looking at and I've got a NCO in there. So 10 column, +3 for the building, -1 for the NCO for a grand total of +2 to the dice roll. We got a 4, 5, 6 on the 10 column as a C1.
And that's just into that location, or is it into the whole hex?
It's just into that location because I can't even see the bottom floor.
Oh, yes, correct. So the crew takes a wound. Casualty. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm just they just flip, right?
Yep, they just flip.
And what's happening on my phone? Okay, and now that's it. So now I roll for morale. Correct?
Yep.
1 dice. Rolled a 5, but there's a modifier of 1. And is it just 1? Because he took a C1, or is it?
Yep, it's their morale -1 for the casualty that the stack took, but you have morale support of +2, 1 from the squad that's in the location below them, and 1 for the squad that's in the location next to them. So you actually needed just an 8.
So I got it. So they're
Yep.
fine. They're just hurt. So now, does this affect their firing of that machine gun at all?
They are reduced crew. I believe that their rate of fire is reduced as well.
Oh, the rate of fire.
Yeah. I think.
These silences me. 12-3-1.
Dead air.
Yeah, where the heck is that going to be? That's going to be like...
That's probably under cruise. At the very beginning, under 3.53. And then again, it's probably something, one of those silly rules someplace of rate of... Actually, maybe under rate of fire.
Rate of fire is reduced to 1 for reduced crew. So says Scott Eagles. Okay, we'll
Yep.
go.
See?
So now I don't need to mark anything because it says F1. So now I know I fired it. And so he's done.
Yep.
Here, let me just kind of look here. Fish tank rocks. So we got that. Something I just discovered. Pop out the chat window and leave it hovering anywhere over your VATS view. Oh, okay, that's cool. So that's another thing. Yeah, you can pop the chat window out.
Yeah, that's how I actually play it. But the problem is I lose the chat as soon as I start messing around with the actual map board. It overrides it. So since they're two separate windows, when I automatically start doing something on the map board, it hides the other window. But most of the time, I try to keep the window on top. But
12 stacking points is the normal stacking limit. Oh, we have another viewer called Patience Zero. Well, then you better not watch this game. Okay, so making a comment about ASL. Okay, okay, we're good. All right, so I fired opportunity. You fired.
Yep, it flips over to your impulse.
So real quick, assault fire, was that halved? Is that what was going on there?
Yep, assault fire is halved.
So let me just, so that was 4, 8, and then the 5 goes down to 2, so 10 plus. Okay, I got it. Okay, perfect. All right, my turn.
Yep.
I'm going to move. Okay, so I'm going to move. Oh man, I don't like that. So this crew and Q R4. He's bringing the gun with him. I'll bring it when I'm done here. Q6 for 1. 2, 3, 4 into P5.
Okay.
Assault movement, sorry. Not running like he wants me to do every turn. So movement assault. I need to get those things memorized. Control A. Okay, I'm done.
All right, we're going to go to C3, and that entire stack is going to crawl into D3.
Okay.
And they are going to assault fire on your guys in the top floor, G5.
Sounds good.
It's going to be 4, 8, 10 again. It's going to be the same thing as last time. +3 for the building, -1 for the leader. So on the 10 column, +2. 4, 5, 6 is going to be another C1.
So they're dead.
Yep. Sorry, I couldn't avoid the bait that you threw out there. It was just too appealing for me to resist.
Yep. So did we determine?
Now the good thing is you've got that squad in H5 that's on the second floor. They can sneak right over there and pick up that weapon.
Right, and we determined they can pick it up in their turn for a movement point, I believe.
Yep, I believe that's what we decided last time. Yep.
They can't fire it.
Or you may just want to wait until the infiltration phase and infiltrate them over there to pick it up. You know, it's
right, since I can't fire it anyway.
Yeah. But you could fire your normal squad with assault fire when you move into there. And granted, it'll be a 3 +1, so it'll be on the 2 column +1. So I mean, you could still assault fire. You just couldn't do it with a machine gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. You still have a guy that can move in there and move over and shoot. All right, I'm just looking at the board here. What I'm wanting to do. Can you fire through openings in gates and walls?
Yes.
And you can fire beyond your range. Is it half firepower?
Half firepower out to double range. Yeah, I know. You're looking at K8 to T4.
Yeah. That beep. That was a weird beep.
I was just checking line of sight. I don't know if that beeped on your end or what.
My son's popped in on the chat. Hey, stupid. And now it sounds like he's attacking my other son. I think I'm gonna pass.
Okay. Let's see. We're gonna go to C1, that entire stack, and since half X's are in play, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they
Can I think I'd like to op fire.
From
H5.
There you go. They've got line of sight.
So op firing on there. We got I'll check line of sight. It looks like you got 2 hindrance there.
Actually, you're firing from above.
Oh, crops don't hinder.
Crops are only +5 obscuring.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep.
So
but you are at long range.
Yes, Aaron, I saw that. Thank you. My son wanted to confirm I saw his message. Thank you, buddy. Devin will now know where you live since you called him stupid. So
I call myself, and I'm not a clever man, so other people want to insult me. That's fine. I am not going to be offended by it.
Oh, holy crap! We have Sergeant Rock 1 on with us. Man, we got quite the viewers tonight. Awesome. Sergeant Rock, there's a bunch of names I haven't seen here before. Okay, so firing. No obscuring.
Nope.
You were assault moving, so that's a down 1 or -1.
Correct.
And I'm within range of. So wait, my range is 5.
Yep, you're at long range.
So I'm at 2. Dang it. But it's -1, so. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Perfect.
The infamous dice roller. We should probably mark that. Well, not that I'll probably move. And for our viewing audience, yeah, we're not leaving residual fire. Most of the time, I don't bother to leave residual fire unless I think there's a hex that I'm going to be moving through. So technically, F0, that half hex should have. Actually, I don't even know if there is a residual of 1.
Probably not.
There
well,
is.
there isn't. There's a firepower of 1.
But yeah, we're not leaving residual unless we actually think we're going to be moving into it. So that was my impulse. Flips back over to you.
Okay, I'm good.
You're going to pass?
Pass.
All right, so C2, the entire stack, assault move to D1 for 1. I always give a pause, so if my opponent wants to do an op fire, that's why my movement may seem a little bit slow.
Yep, no problem.
2-3.
Okay.
Oh, balls.
What?
Now I don't have the movement to get into F1. I guess I'm going to be staying right there then.
Perfect.
Oh.
I don't know if I said this. Scott at some point said 12 stacking points.
Yes, you did.
The normal limit. Okay. I'll check the chats after the turn. Okay, so my turn.
I actually have discovered a way that I can actually check the chat. I just have brought up the YouTube channel and just turned off the volume. So
Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay, good. That's right. Yeah, you should be able to see that. Yeah. I find it interesting. Only some of the chats pop up as comments later. They don't all pop up. Some of them don't show up at all. Like
I think it's how they're watching the actual stream. If they're watching it through YouTube versus, I don't know, maybe through. I know. I just know that Facebook does it. Well, actually, we're not even on Facebook. I don't know. I'm talking out my ass. It's your impulse. Sorry.
Yeah, pass.
Okay. Pass. Oh, so let's see. All right, we're going down to B12. My lone little squad down there. We're going to be assault moving 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. This is when Sesame Street and the count helps me. Because I count just like the count. Hey, I'm 50 years old and I still count like the friggin' count when I'm doing slow counts like that.
Yes. Habits, man.
Very hard to break the prejudices of our youth. Your impulse.
Good pass.
Okie dokie. All right. B8. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
And that'll be his movement. Pass or pass. Not pass, but flips over to you.
Pass.
Well, then I don't have anything left. Pass.
Pass.
Really? End of turn already? Wow. Okie dokie. I can live with that. Well, not end of turn, but end of phase. All right. Well, it looks like we're going into the next phase.
So that is the close assault segment. Roll for initiative.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, we can see what's happening with the dice so far today.
Yep.
Which means in about 2 turns, my dice are going to turn absolutely crap on me.
Right.
So, all right, Impulse. E11 is going to infiltrate to F10. Your infiltration?
657M and H5 will infiltrate into the machine next to the machine gun. Okay.
F12 will infiltrate to G12. Over to you.
P10 will infiltrate into QO10.
Okay. F0 will infiltrate into G1.
Just getting rid of that level 10 off the building there.
You may want to leave it there just because it was a location that you occupied.
Okay.
And this will remind us that I need to get up there to secure the building.
Okay, cool. Okay. So pass.
E1 to F1 infiltrate.
Pass.
No, we're not doing that. So leaves. If I go there, that'll be bad. Actually, no, we're going to go infiltrate. I should have asked this at the beginning. Are we playing with smoke?
Yeah, I assume so.
Okay. We'll go ahead and infiltrate D6 to E6.
Yeah. So how many do you get then?
I get 1 stacking point for every something squads, and you get it for every something squads. Knew you were going to ask me that. I should have checked that. I think for the US it's for every 6 stacking points worth of squads. For the Germans, it's every 9. Yeah.
Yep,
So
okay.
I've got 12 squads, so that's going to be 6 smoke grenades. And you've got
3,
8, 9, 10, 11.
So 1 smoke.
No, for every 3 squads, so you'll get 3 grenades.
Okay. I don't think I'll use it, but yeah, okay. Yeah, let's use smoke just because I want to learn how to use it. So.
Okay.
And you would use smoke on this. I mean, I wouldn't use it in basic game. But...
Well, under the basic game, I think, yeah, it's not written with smoke in mind. So let's see, where are smoke markers? Not that I'm going to smoke now, but I want to get them.
Can you smoke an infiltration or just during movement?
No, it's just during movement. So, all right, I just wanted to pull a smoke marker out, and let's go ahead and clone it. Whoops. Yeah. I remember when I said I am not a clever man. There's a difference between clone and delete. All right, so I got 6 smoke grenades set off to the side. All right, well, in that case, D3 is going to infiltrate to E4.
Pass.
And then D4 is going to infiltrate to E5, which is probably a very stupid move, but I'm doing it anyways.
Yeah, you got a lot of guys. You're good. And you got another turn of me bad rolling, and then you need to worry about it. So
well, that's true. Yeah, I figure I've got 1 more turn left of halfway decent rolling. Then the dice gods, the Nuffle will decide to smack me upside the head badly, because that's what Nuffle does.
Okay, I pass.
That's everything for me. I pass as well.
Okay. So that is infiltration. There's no melee. End of turn segment.
We make sure we do the remove fire and move markers. And remove all movement from the vassal movement. So yes, now we are in the rally phase.
None.
Want to give a quick highlight of what happens in the rally phase for our erstwhile listeners?
So we attempt to rally any broken or surrendered personnel units. They rally, you have to have a leader. And also surrendered or no? Yes.
Yeah, it's we also check for surrendered. Check to recover surrendered units from surrendered status.
And that needs a leader or not?
No, that's during this phase, but we just don't have any surrendered units right now.
Right.
And we don't have any broken units. So.
Yep, so we're good there. We'll have plenty to show them later.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Well, unless you just eliminate them like you did that one, then there's no.
Well, that was just kind of an oddball. It was honestly, if you'd wanted to set him up, and I would give a little bit more tactical, deeper commentary on this, and I think Scott would probably even agree with me on this one. Setting that machine gun up in G5 probably should have set him up in full cover. Basically, when you're in full cover, you can only shoot at the adjacent hexes unless you come out of full cover. But conversely, nobody can shoot at you unless they're adjacent to you anyways. With you being up there in the open like that, with me having so many squads that could set up so close to you, yeah, it was just natural that you were going to catch a lot of fire. Had you been in full cover, yeah, it would have reduced your fire a little bit, but we already saw what fire you did have was effective. Now, being in full cover, if I want to try to move up into F4, F5, something like that, then that machine gun would be deadly against me. But since you didn't set him up in full cover, he's dead. You were just lucky you had that squad back in H5 to be able to run up and pick up the machine gun. But honestly, at the end of the day, what fate? How different is his fate going to be than what the crew was? Maybe we'll see. I don't know.
Is he going to even be able to pick that up and fire it, or is he just going to be picking it up this turn and dying? You know what I mean?
I think he's able to pick it up during the infiltration phase. Scott, what say you?
So Scott also suggested we use the turn marker thing, which I'll start using now, because he said it helps with the markers or something.
I'll be honest, the turn tracker has always confused me in this game. I love ASL's turn tracker. Or what they've got as the turn tracker in their Vassal mod, the one for... Sorry, Scott, the one in ATS here confuses the hell out of me. So anyways, yeah, that's end of turn.
Okay. Yeah, Scott, maybe you can explain what that means. You said to use it... man, we got a lot of people talking here. This is awesome. They're going to talk amongst themselves about modern games and all that stuff. So
that's that's fine. That's good. We got people. So, we got 9 people watching. Wow.
It's cool. All right, so now I'm going to click the turn tracker to turn to indirect fire segment. But first, I'm going to just check the chats real quick and see if there's any comments. There's a lot of comments. I'm going to skip a lot of them because a lot of it's just people chatting. So my wife did land. She'll probably be home in about 40 minutes, so I'll be taking a little break in about 40 minutes to say hi, but that'll be a little break for everybody. So let's see here. Someone wants to try the Sergeant Rock wants to try the retro system with squad leader. I did that. It's interesting.
Yeah, I remember watching the videos you did on that. I think honestly, watching the videos you did on the retro was the first time I'd ever heard of the retro system, and I usually am up pretty well on ASL stuff.
Yeah. Talking about Panzer, the Panzer reprint, the old one.
Yep.
MBT. People getting into ASL or not getting ASL. Let's see, too much Chrome, blah, blah, blah. Fold a gap. I have a flock of chickens. Sergeant Rock, Frogling. You guys should use the turn tracker. It automates all counter and overlay removal, flips smoke, etc. Really? Wow. Okay. Well, I started using it, so we'll see what happens. That's pretty cool. I guess I should save the game just occasionally here. For kids' computers, things are known to happen. Okay. So, yeah, and Firefight was also a game they played, so Air War, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the turn tracker will remove fire and move markers, CF markers, flips and removes smoke, all segment appropriate. Dang. Just click the little plus to advance the next segment. Easy peasy. Okay, I'll give it a shot. I'm on the turn 2 indirect fire segment. 7 more turns, and I got this game won.
That's right, baby. You got it in the bag. It's all over except for the dice rolls at this point.
Okay, Fire, indirect, not doing it. I'm not doing anything.
Okay.
And now I'm advancing it to the
fire and movement segment.
Roll for initiative. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, I told you. In about 40 minutes, those dice rolls are going to flip.
Okay. You're up.
Yep. Okay, well, then we're going to go ahead and we're just going to take E3 or E4, and the entire stack is just going to fire.
Okay.
And we're going to fire. I hate to do this to you.
Yeah.
But I am going to fire on the medium machine gun. So we're looking at 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
3 more, man.
Which is going to be the 20 column, +3 for the improved masonry, -1 for the NCO, for a grand total of 20 column +2 on the dice roll. 5, 6, 7 on the 20 column is going to be a C1.
It seems kind of a shame, though. All that for a 1. Mark him casualty, and now I'll test for morale. Do the guys on the bottom floor have to test for morale as well? Or just
No, because it's a separate location.
So it's just a 1, but he's got the squad adjacent to him, so that evens that out. Correct.
Correct.
And does the leader matter? Anything being downstairs?
No, the leader is not. Yeah,
okay.
Leader won't have any effect.
No, 3, so it doesn't matter. So he's good.
He's good. All right. So then your impulse.
You could fire your light machine gun.
Oh yeah, I can't. Yeah, that's right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and burn him off. So it's going to be 5, which is going to be a 4 column +2.
This will be the one that kills him.
Yeah, this will be the one I get rolled one dice roll, and everything bad starts to fall apart.
Although that doesn't matter, you got a +3, so
a +2 because leader directed. 4, 5, 6. That's not going to be anything.
Nope. Okay.
So all right.
Okay. So we assume he can pick that machine gun up and fire it.
Yep.
Any
Because
penalties?
I don't think Scott said we could. You couldn't.
Yeah, I got to hurry up and do it before. Oh, whoops. Shoot. I got to hurry up and do it before Scott says something. I'm not reading the chat. I'm not reading the chat. Okay. Still hasn't said. All right, so I do that. Now, the question is, does that get op fire when he does that? When he picks that machine gun up?
No, because I'm considering that he picked it up during the infiltration phase.
Okay. I'll go with it because it's better for me.
Well, because if you were actually picking it up during this phase, then it would be considered assault moving to pick it up to spend the movement point, and then you wouldn't be able to shoot it at all.
Someone's asking me why I don't move him downstairs. I guess I could, but
at this point, moving them downstairs really won't change anything. I've got so many guys that are adjacent to the walls that even if he moves them downstairs, I'll still be able to blast away at him. On the first turn, when I was able to crawl my guys up, yeah, maybe at that point. Like I said, had I set that machine gun up there, I personally would have done it in full cover. But
can you go into full cover later? Is that only a setup thing?
No. So you can only set up in buildings in full cover. The only other time you can drop into full cover is if you're shot at in an entrenchment, I believe. I don't think you can drop into full cover in buildings when you're being shot at. In buildings, you have to start the game set up in full cover. I think that's the only time in buildings you can be in full cover.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess he did that, so now he's going to fire.
Yep.
So he's firing at 8. Well, no. So there's a casualty, so that's always -1, right?
Correct.
So that's -1 for that. And the machine gun's 8, and the squad would be 6. So -1 is 5. So now we're looking at 13.
You got to remember that crew-served weapons, you also subtract their carrying capacity from the squad's firepower value.
So 11.
Yep, which would be on the 10 column.
All right.
What modifiers?
Just the wall at whatever
Yep.
that is, 1.
Yep.
So 10 on the 1. 10 plus 1.
Yep.
And I'll fire at the Corporal Corporal King.
Yep, the squad that, or the stack that hasn't fired yet.
And rolling. 5 on the 10.
Should be at least a
C2.
C1 or a C2. Yep, C2. All righty. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to put 1 casualty on each of the squads. Casualty. And a casualty. All right. Morale. This is going to be fun. It's going to be base morale. So we'll start off with the corporal first. 7, -2 for the casualties sustained. 5. Morale support is going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because I've got 2 full squads adjacent me to the north of me and 1 full squad to the south of me, and that's all within the morale support range. So let's check 7, 6, 7, 6, 5, and the 2 squads they're stacked with 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, 10. So I think I need 10s straight across the board.
Can you fail it at all?
10's always a fail.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain. I know 1 is always a pass. 10, I think pretty certain 10 is always a fail. But 10 is also, if I roll a 10, it's possible heroic. So corporal, we'll just go top to bottom. Corporal 8 is good. Crew 8 is good. Squad 6 is good. Squad 5 is good.
Good.
Because they actually even had better morale than the corporal did because their base morale started off higher.
9.
Yeah, well, American paratroopers. What do you expect?
You
gonna burn off the second rate of fire?
Yeah, Kent Smith learned something new. He learned about the, he learned about the full cover. So that's cool.
Yeah, full cover is the rules, like most of ATS rules, written a little bit obfuscated, and you kind of have to dig into them. Full cover even more so. Full cover can be very confusing, so a lot of people ignore it. I know I ignored it for the longest time, but then I started playing a couple other people and I really started having to dig into it. I think it was during Pantherline when I was really digging into Pantherline, because you can go into full cover and hedgehogs. And there's a lot of hedgehogs on Pantherline, so that's when I really started digging into full cover. I don't use it that often, but rules, need to know them. So again, you're looking at the same thing. It's going to be 10 column plus 1.
Well,
unless you want to shoot at something else.
Well, he's just firing the machine gun now, so that's just an 8.
Oh yeah. Derp. So yeah, you're going to be 8 plus 1.
And that technically should have a fire marker on it as well, but 8. 8 plus 1.
Yep.
9. So perfect.
That's nothing.
Okay. So after this turn, remind me. I'm going to show Sergeant Rock is asking a lot of questions about ATS. I want to show him the rules.
Okay. Yeah. Not a problem.
When this turn's done, so Sergeant Rock or somebody or Devin, remind me to do that after the turn. So that was my turn, right? So
that was your turn. Yeah, that was your impulse. Now it's my impulse. My impulse. We're going to take the stack in E5, and they are going to fire. And they're going to fire at the machine gun again. So it's going to be 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, not on the 20 column this time. So we're looking at the 14 column, +3 for the building, -1 for the leader. So 14 at +2.
Just roll a 1. Let's get this thing over with.
9. Nah, that's an 11. That's
or not.
Or not. Go ahead and fire the machine gun. Their second rate of fire with machine guns. So that's going to be 5, which is going to be 4 column +2.
Here we go.
Yep, there the dice go. The dice gods have decided, yep, you've had your fun.
Well, a little bounce back and forth. Okay.
And flips over to your impulse. That was actually rather disappointing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like, what? Whatever. I'm just looking around here. I think I'll pass.
Actually, if I was smart, I'd have combined both of those groups into a massive fire group. Could have been a 36 column.
Oh,
We might do that. We might do that next turn.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't want that. I'll pass.
All righty.
Shoot. Okay.
E7 or E6, not E7. E6 is going to crawl. But before I crawl, I am going to throw a smoke grenade. And somehow all my smoke grenades disappear, so I'm going to have to go looking through the counter count for them again. There we go. All right, so we're going to throw a smoke grenade. And Scott, if I'm doing this wrong, because I'm fairly certain a crawling unit can throw a smoke grenade before they crawl. We're going on that supposition.
We'll go on for that now if he tells us otherwise.
For now, if it tells it wrong differently, then we'll go back and retro it. So throw the smoke grenade into C5 or F5. C5, derp. F5, and then I will crawl.
You just deleted it again.
F5.
No, you just moved it.
Nah, I just moved it so I can get the...
And smoke does... So in this game versus others, it doesn't cost you movement. Does it cost you a movement point?
Cost you a movement point to throw it, yeah. But it's an automatic, other than ATS, where you have to roll the smoke exponent to get it off. So
if I had a person that could see you, I could have fired on you before you moved. Is that correct?
Correct, because that was... the throwing the smoke grenade does trigger an attack of opportunity.
So they're always going to go off, and is it going to be there for just this turn?
Just until the end of the turn.
Okay.
This is why I'm using one of the small smoke 2 counters.
And it does what? It adds 4. Okay,
plus 4 to the...
Yep.
Yep.
That's crazy. So, yeah. Interesting. I guess what I will do is, I guess this, it's my turn, right? So impulse K8 will fire into F5. So 6 plus 4.
Now, just to remind you, your squad in the base of G5 could have op fired at me in F5.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. Fire at K8 anyway. Yeah, that's true. But I can just fire on them now with the same effect.
Yeah, it's the same effect. I mean,
and so does anything happen adjacent? Doesn't look like it.
No, it's not like ASL where you get double firepower at adjacent.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to do that fire instead. So 6 plus 4.
6 plus 4. Alrighty.
Okay, nothing.
All right.
Your turn.
I think we are going to go down to the southern half of the battlefield, and we're going to go to F10. And we're going to assault move with F10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
And because I was assault moving, I will. Maybe you sure you don't want to op fire? K8 cannot fire on him.
Cannot.
Can.
Yeah, I guess I should always do that.
And technically, I even think, well, maybe not. I was thinking maybe the machine gun up on the hill, but I think the trees in M9 will block line of sight.
Correct. I believe they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would op fire on that. So it's going to be 6. 6 minus 1, but then the plus 6, so that the wall bounces it, cancels out the assault movement, but then you get the woods of plus.
I think you only get one or the other. I don't think I can claim both the woods and the wall. Because we remember we had that situation crop up with being in the building when we were discussing Barachi Hills. Being in the building behind the wall, couldn't take advantage of both.
Yeah, makes sense. So you take the woods in, or what's the woods?
Yeah, well, if this was ASL, I would have to declare wall advantage, but this is an ASL, so I think it goes off of the best terrain in that case. Again, Scott, help us. So it would be I believe, the woods.
Yeah, it's 2, and the wall's 1.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Woods is good. Wall hex side is improved. So actually, it's that wall is actually +2.
That's right. Woods is +2 in ASL, but only +1 in ATS.
So you'll take the wall.
Yeah, I'll take the wall.
Obviously. So it's going to be 6 + 1. Yeah.
Yep, 6 + 1. 4, 5 is going to be what? C1?
Yeah.
All right, we'll go ahead and... Oh, balls. I don't have a leader down here. I've got heroes, but those heroes are not leaders. Oh, that was bad. I'm an idiot. I am an idiot.
Why?
Because I got no leaders down in the south. All my leaders are up north.
I don't know, man. They're like 9s, dude. I mean,
well, still, we've seen my dice are starting to go against me. So, all right. Anyways, morale. It's going to be, well, they're pretty much 9s across the board except for the wounded guy. So bar gunner is going to be 9, -1 for casualty sustained, makes it an 8 +2 for the guy. Yeah, we're looking at 10s across the board.
Okay, go.
So top to bottom, hero 10.
Oh, bam! Yes.
Well, no, possibly courageous.
Oh yeah.
That's a roll for possible courageous.
Come on.
No courageous. So he's going to break. The first squad again is still going to be a 10. Actually, no, 9, 8, 7, 8. He's going to be an 8, and he's good. The other squad's 9, 8, 9. Yeah, 9. All right, so barely. But the bar gunner is definitely broken.
PFC fish can't handle it.
Nope. I got no way of rallying his ass either. Crap.
So they can't self-rally.
Oh, no. Crews can self-rally. I think heroes can self-rally. We better check that. I don't think they don't add as a leader. They can't rally others. Let's see. Bar gunner may never lead. Yeah, may never lead a fire group. Provide a leadership dice roll modifier. But I think for rallying, all right, we're gonna have to check the rally rules. I don't think Scott's listening to us anymore. He's not giving us rules input 10.8.
All 1 stacking point units can self-rally. We are joined by Mitchell Land.
Hey, what the hell's Mitchell doing over here? Isn't he supposed to be playing his own game?
He must have defeated Tony already.
Already, probably, yeah. I believe that. I totally believe that. Either that or he's just kind of running this in the background so he can...
No, he jumped into ours. I think they're done for the night. So cool. Thanks, Mitch. Awesome. How'd your game go? Oh, he says I did. Woot, I beat Scott. Wait, it says wow. I beat Scott Eagles.
Oh, by responding.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, 1.
All right, so
he did beat Scott, so that's cool. You can self-rally that guy.
Cool. All right. So since I'm assault moving, I'm going to go ahead and go firing, and I'm not going to fire the bazooka, although I'm sorely tempted to. But I will just fire the squads. It's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all halved for the assault fire, +3 for you being in the Mason building. So it's going to be on the 6 column, +3 balls. Oh, there's something. 5 on the 6 column is the C1.
All right, so Tony Mitchell said I did, and then Tony says, "Come guys, give me some credit." Oh no, Tony, we give you lots of credit for playing. That's good. That's good. Sergeant's got to get some more wine.
I understand that, Sergeant Rock.
Yes, and Tony's the Russians lost. Unfortunately, it's a strange scenario, and I'm going to show that comment. I'm fine with that. Strange but fun, Tony says. Right before Scott's comment of Tony, how red is your ass right now? All right, so we'll try to keep this chat as clean as possible, or this video as clean as possible, but that seems to come up a lot. So he took a casualty. So the unit in K8, I believe, is going to take a casualty.
Yep.
He's going to roll for morale, which is a 7 minus the 1, so it's at 6.
-1 for the casualties taken. Got to remember his morale goes down by 1 for the casualty he took. So his base morale is a 6 because of the casualty he took, and then it's another -1 for the casualties the stack took this turn.
Okay, 2.
He's fine.
My units have been staying pretty strong.
Yeah, are you getting? What do you got? You got Fallschirmjäger or what's? Let me bring up the scenario card. Oh no, yeah, local garrison with some fall. Yeah, the 758s are Fallschirmjägers. The 656s are local garrison. Or those are actually supposed to be 657s now, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so yeah, this is just normal first line infantry.
All right, so now my turn.
Yep, your impulse.
All those guys. Okay, pass. Pass.
You say with a great deal of hesitation.
Yeah, pass.
All right, G12. My soul squad in G12 is going to assault move. We'll go 1-2.
Hold on. Just told your horses they're a big boy.
All righty.
What's the spotting range? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, right?
What? Oh, you're talking about your machine gun?
You can't see because it's 8, I think.
But I'm moving.
So you're assault moving. So,
yep. Let's take a look at the spotting range. Average assault moving personnel 10. Your machine gun can see him.
All right, let's check line of sight. Can you see me checking line of sight?
The woods may.
Oh, he
no,
blocks.
I can't see you checking line of sight, but
yeah, the woods block him.
Yeah, the woods do block it. Okay.
Huh. Okay. So I guess it's okay to check it during this because I don't lose a turn.
Yeah, because you're trying to shoot it. Oh, for declaring as op fire. Yeah, you're not real. I mean, yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that's my. I guess like.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can't try again.
I don't see why not, because it just takes an impulse. And it doesn't say doesn't say that it marks it with any. It doesn't say it doesn't mark with anything because it says you can move later. So,
Mitchell, what are you talking about? The +10 for height advantage.
Oh, yeah, that's one thing I forgot. Line of spotting range is extended by the height advantage you have over the target. So he's a +10 height, so we would actually have an extra 10 hexes of spotting range.
Whoa, extra 10.
I always forget about that. Yeah.
Dang. Man, I would have shot you a long time ago, son.
Actually, I think most of my stuff would have been behind.
Yeah, I know. I was just kidding.
The woods and stuff like that. So.
Oh, I got you, Mitch. So Scott says, do you house rule that to reduce the bonus from height advantage? Well, I don't house rule anything because I'm still trying to learn the rules. Okay, so you're up. So you keep moving?
Yeah, actually, well, that's as far as I can move. I only got 4 movement points, and that's 2 movement points to move through orchards, not 1.5 like it is in ASL.
Okay.
So that's my impulse. Back over to you.
Pass.
You're not saying it with conviction.
Pass, bro.
All right, G1. The entire stack.
G1. Okay.
Assault move. I'm going to H0 for 1.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3.
I don't think I'll be able to see it for a while.
4, 5.
Okay. Pass.
All right. Let me go ahead and mark those guys as assault move. F1. See if I don't screw this up. Well, I can't really screw it up that bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's going to be it. So that is going to be my impulse.
I don't know where you're trying to move, but you could move another one, right? And still be assaulting.
Well, I couldn't.
Leader.
Well, yeah, but his movement only goes to 5, doesn't it? Oh God, I'm getting ASL and ATS mixed up again. What's the movement with the squad with the leader and ATS?
I know, don't you hate that? And me, I'm trying to learn 3 games. That's ridiculous.
Oh, dude, it's the same.
You know, I thought there was a table for that.
This is completely embarrassing. That I can never ever friggin' remember movement. And there, you know what? Now that you mentioned it, I believe there is a table. I just don't remember where it's at.
Personnel movement table, assault 4. Okay. +1 for the leader. Okay. Yep.
So yeah, 5 movement points.
P on the back side of all the charts. It's the brown chart. The battery contact, the aerial attack diagram.
Yes, there it is.
So, those people watching, especially all you pros on here, Devin was just doing that for an education thing. He knew exactly.
No, I did it because
Devin, come on, man, work with me here.
No, I'm all up front and honest.
Yep, Mitchell is corrected and got it correct on there.
Is it? It's on the offboard counter artillery matrix. Where is it?
Mine is.
Oh, personal movement table. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Assault 4. Yeah. +1 with the leader. Okay. Again, I will admit I muck that up all the time. I never can keep between ATS and ASL. I can never keep the movement factors for personnel straight in ATS. I don't know what it is. I've been playing the game for a decade now.
Like Mitchell Ann says LOL. Tony Kinner says LOL. So now everyone's laughing at us.
That's fine. I have no problem with that. I'm okay. If they're getting some entertainment out of my actions, then you know what? More power to them.
So Mitch and Tony, we were telling people when we started that if they wanted tactics and good play, go to your game. If they want a couple of goofballs rolling dice, stay here. We had 9 people watching goofballs. So we got another LOL. Oh, boy.
All right, so that's it for mine. Flips back over.
And now Mitch is throwing out that's why you need to dump ASL, Devin. Oh boy.
You know, if it weren't for the simple fact that I actually have people that I can do face-to-face ASL with, and good people. I like my local ASL crew, except for a couple of them are jackasses, but whatever. If I had more people in the area that I could play ATS with, I would definitely be playing more ATS. So,
yeah, that's kind of my deal. I like the communities in all 3 of the main ones, so that's why I'm kind of like, you know what, I'm just going to go into all 3 so I can play them all poorly. I said that last week. All right, so Devin, you moved those guys.
It's on your impulse.
And I pass.
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 All right, so now let's try that little movement chart thing. Remember, Sergeant, I said after the turn, I'm going to show him the rule book. And all right, so are we ready to move to the next segment?
Next segment.
Here I go. It did. It moved stuff off there.
Wow.
Okay, close assault segment. So roll for
initiative. Yep, there's my dice roll turning.
Here we go. Oh, man. All right, he rolls a 10 and a 9 if you can't read it. All right, so that means I get to go first. Yes. All right, so now here's the question. Do I want to keep that guy up on G5 on that second floor? What's the point of that? So you're going to pretty much overwhelm this building. You're going to shoot on my guy. I could move back, I guess, and last another turn. Or I stay there and shoot your guys. But you're going to kill me. I mean, it's just going to happen. I'm not going to win that battle.
I don't know. I keep rolling these 10s.
Yeah, that's all going to turn, though. I mean, that's...
No, it's not. It is already... My dice turn on me once. They start off great, and then it slowly starts circling the toilet bowl.
Gosh, we have another person watching BL Cove. Man, this is awesome. Still 9 watching. Okay, so what I'm thinking about... Okay, so... You're gonna oh well, you can infiltrate into that building, so get rid of that guy, won't be in melee with you. You gotta think about that. If that's something, I don't know if you do that. So, but then you'd be in the building. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. So my guy on the bottom floor is going to. Can you do? You can't do platoon infiltration, I assume.
No, there's no platoon infiltration.
So that 657 will infiltrate back into the. So from G5 to H5.
Aww.
And then I'm gonna move that floor up. Sorry, Devin. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, you're up.
Wah, wah. Okay, well, I'm just gonna do what not what I was. I was gonna toss a bunch of grenades in your butt.
You can't throw them up higher, right? I think.
No, it's adjacent location. Those are not adjacent location.
I got the windows; they're wide open, man. You can make it. Come on.
No, my guys aren't that good.
They might bounce. They might bounce back down on you.
Exactly. But what we are going to do is we are going to infiltrate into G5 just because I'm zany like that.
Okay.
So that's my impulse.
I did forget about grenades, though.
I didn't. I never forget about grenades. So over to your impulse.
Can you fire from floor to floor if you're?
Yep. Yep. You can. They're adjacent locations, so yes, you can fire down from the +10 to the ground floor.
Okay. I think what I will do is see. What do I want to do? Anything there? There? Anything there? Do I want to do something there? No, there. Like no one can see what I'm talking about. I think I'm going to pass. It looks like it's 4 consecutive passes in the segment. By the way, that was mentioned in the chat.
Yep. Something like that. All right. So I will go I-12 infiltrate to J-11. My single squad way down there.
Yep.
And then that will be control passes over to you.
Pass.
H1 is going to infiltrate into I2 and passes to you.
Pass.
J1 will infiltrate to K2. Passes to you. Okay. Okay, now this is where I need to start making some decisions. Do I want to? Do I want to? Do I not want to? Screw it. We'll do it. They're American paratroopers. They're ballsy and without most of their brains anyways. E4 to F3.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Interesting, but smart. I wouldn't have thought of that, even though you tried to teach me that lesson in the last game. Okay, go ahead. Pass.
E5 to F4. And it flips over to you.
Pass.
Pass. I got nothing. I got nothing left. Well, I could do something with I-10, but I'm not going to. So pass.
Mitchell says it sounds like we're playing Battleship.
Well, just for the benefit of the people who may not be able to, I just like calling out the actual locations when I do it.
That's good.
I don't do it in face-to-face play because you can see my hand hovering and when I do it, but you know.
Well, he's about to sink my battleship in G5 H5, so it's
that's a cruiser at best. The hill's the battleship.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That is that is a cruiser. All right, so then that ends that segment, so I can click the little plus sign.
Yep.
Let's see what happens with all the markers. Everybody, watch the markers.
Hey!
The smoke goes away. Dang, that's awesome.
Pretty cool. I did not realize that thing. I'm gonna have to start using that. I just normally ignore it because I didn't realize it did all that cool stuff. Thank you, Scott.
Scott, you're the greatest.
I would like to point out for the people who aren't aware, Scott is the guy who pretty much has programmed most of this. I don't think he did the original VATS, but he has spent more time digging into the VATS module than probably the entire rest of the Facebook group put together. So if you have a question about VATS, Scott's the man to go to.
Scott is the man. So Mitch, so you know, I'm using your ATS fully engaged sequence of play 4.5 created by Mitch. Land.
Okay. All right, so we got end of turn.
Let's see what's happening. So remove markers, does that. Remove arrow, smoke, fire, rally.
Yep. I'm the only one that's got a broken guy.
Let's see if he can rally.
That can rally. So he's at a 9, 10, 11 with morale support range. So unless I roll a 10 again.
Come on, baby. Yes! Yes!
But it could be a courageous. Let's see.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So close. Oh my gosh.
People don't believe how bad my dice rolls can get until they actually start to see it. So
that's awesome, dude.
All right. Well, I guess that's the end of the turn. And you wanted to show the rulebook to Sergeant Rock, and also I am going to step away real quick to get something to drink. And you chat amongst yourselves, and I will be right back.
All right. So Sergeant Rock's been asking a little bit about the rules here. So I'm going to turn on my camera. So I'll get ready for some good-looking dude right here. And
it's okay. No, I thought I might. Should I stay up another hour? And I said, no, I can't stay up another hour.
So we're going to go over here. We're going to mute Devin's mic. And we're going to turn on my camera here. FaceTime HD. We want to Logitech. Oh, yeah, I'm screen sharing. Got to get out of screen share. Stop screen sharing. All right. It's the camera's not great. The lighting's not awesome. Let's see if we can turn it here. All right, so Sergeant Rock, you're asking about the rule book. This is a pretty chart. It's a little bit more old school than like lock and load or something. So you're going to use these charts. Sergeant Rock, hope you're still on. Hot mic. Yeah, no doubt. So here's the chart. Here's the main chart you're going to use. They're two-sided. I'm not even using these yet because we're not really using guns and ordnance. So that's that. This is what comes with the game. Well, I printed these off from the electronic version I have and put them in 8 or 11 by 17 sheet protectors. Heat protectors. This is Mitch's fully engaged that he did. Oh, it's not laminated, man. It's just a sheet protector. You know, I'm not that nerdy. Come on. Although I am pretty nerdy. So this is the rule book here. It's the printed. I printed it out. I bought the electronic version, or got the electronic, however it worked when you bought them. Printed it off. So it's big. I mean, it's not ASL, but it's also not lock and load or combat commander or something. It's a lot of rules. It's 70 pages with a very good index. Examples. Just like ASL, you don't need all these. I mean, Devin and I aren't using very many of these at all. It's pretty straightforward. I would say the thing that kind of stumps me is there's just lots of little tweaks that make it ATS. I'll tell you what, Sergeant, I don't know Panzer that well, but there's so many little things you can do with your with a unit in a turn, like pick up a gun and fire it. You can move. I mean, there's, yeah, I don't know well enough to go through all of them. I think Mitch is going to make a series of training videos. Isn't that right, Mitch? Or Tony? Somebody? You're right. You're doing that, right? Each of you? Little 5-minute teaching videos? I'd do it. I don't know the rules. Right? You guys are doing that tomorrow? I don't know. There was some chat on the Facebook group about it. Oh, Devin, I muted you here because we were hearing some stuff. And just let me unmute you here.
Yep. No, I'm good. I'm back.
Okay. Oh, you unmuted yourself.
Yeah, I unmuted myself.
All right. So that's the rule book. Does that help? I mean, it's not much to see. It's just a bunch of pages. So there you go, Sergeant Rock. He says, yikes. It's intimidating. I'm drunk, though, says Sergeant Rock. Well, since you're drunk, now's the time to order it. Drunk order games. That's the way to do it. Yeah, there's a lot of rules here. That's why you get online with people like Devin and Mitch and Scott and Saba and whoever else will play you, and they'll help you work through it. And you just play some infantry only and learn it. I've decided I'm going to go ATS, ASL, and lock and load because, well, I'm sadistic like that. Masochistic, I guess is the word. That's the word. Maybe I'm sadistic too, but anyway, that's that. Just wanted to show you that. This is my setup for playing. You can see all this stuff going on here. And that's that. That's enough camera action there. Yeah, Tony's on his 5th scenario, and he's got it down pretty down pat. That's good. So yeah, it's not bad. And playing other people does help, though. Helps you learn all those little rules that I didn't even see when I was reading them. But that's true with any game. So turn off the camera. Make sure that I'm present to everyone.
Hey, Devin.
And I screen share.
I'm just having a real quick hand. I've got these teeth wrong.
And there we are, back on the screen. Everyone can see that. And I'm actually going to take a break for a second as I go upstairs. My wife should be getting home from New York soon. I'm just going to go say hi. Should probably do that. Tony says it's pretty easy once you get the basics. I would agree. Probably hard to teach. I don't know, Sergeant. I don't know. There's a lot of little things. Yeah, I agree with Tony. Especially if you get that basic game, it's a great way to test it. The basic rules are 7 pages, so the same length as like 7 pages. It's pretty short. So the basic game is pretty basic. I mean, it's just like basic games. A lot of games, you're just gonna leave a lot of stuff out there, add a lot of flavor, but it gets you a feel. And so Sergeant, I like it because of the impulse system and the D10. So I'm with you on that. Tony says it's actually easy to teach. So, Tony is a teacher. I'm reading the thing here. Yeah, there's lots of little things, Sergeant. It doesn't hurt to get the basic game, try it out, see what you think. Play. I mean, I'd play online too, but we'd be learning together essentially. But that's cool. Tony says don't use the basic, just go full rules. I agree, Tony. But the full rules are a bigger investment in case he's wanting to check that. Yep, impulse system's a winner for me too. Panzer Basic is easy but not fun. You teach 7th and 8th grade history, Tony? Yeah, then you're a saint, and that's amazing because 7th and 8th graders they don't have brains. I think they literally lose their brains, and then they come back later. I can say that because I had to. Now they're older and their brains are back. So, all right, Devin, you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to go upstairs, see what's going on, see if my wife's here, and I'll be right back.
Dead air.
I should have music. No, Devin, you got to entertain them with your vast knowledge and wisdom.
Dead air.
Or show your fish or something.
I can't show my fish, and you blocked me out from my shining face coming up.
Oh, here, let me take that off.
No, don't do that.
Tim's like, no. I'm still wearing my cabaret makeup. All right, see you later. I'll be right back.
Okay. And yes, as everybody kind of heard, I got yelled at for being too loud, so I need to kind of be quiet from here on out. Quieter. So I got a roommate that gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work. So, and if we all haven't been able to figure out, I kind of have a loud, outside, bolsterous, rambunctious voice. Kind of comes from too many years in the military. So we'll just blame that. So, anyways, I'm hoping that I can get Todd moved over to. I think this is the last scenario he wanted to do with the basic system. I'm trying to get him shifted over to do Panther Line next. Panther Line's probably, or Sowejo Heights is the new 2nd edition title of it is. So hopefully we'll be seeing us doing some Panther Line here real soon. Start off with Pebbles in the Stream. That's a good starter scenario. That's got some tanks in it. It's got some infantry riding tanks. And doesn't deal too much with hills and hillocks and hedgehogs and stuff like that. And Mitchell, you agree with me. Panther Line's a great module. Do a couple of the smaller scenarios and maybe move on to Tigers on the Balcony, which is one of the really big ones. But Germans have got Tiger tanks in that, and then you got the Soviets have got T-34s. There's another one I can't remember the name of this. The Soviets are initially assaulting; they get the options of having some ISU. So Panther Line's great because it's got some really great terrain in it with the hedgehogs and like plus 50 hill heights, and it's got a saddleback between a couple hills. But it's also got a lot of the big cats. I mean, panthers, tigers, Stug 3s, T-34-85s, ISUs, IS-2s, or IS-122s. So if you want a game that's got some big, heavy tanks and big cats in it, Tigers on the Balcony, Mitchell, is when the Germans are counterattacking, but the one where the Soviets are initially attacking up the hill to secure the hill. But I don't remember what the title of that one is. Again, another good one if you want to get into a lot of heavy armor is any of the Punyari Punyari packs. You're going to have a lot of big cats in that one as well, because for some reason people are always fascinated by the tigers, the king tigers, the Yeg panthers, Yeg tigers. The heavy hardware that's iconic with late war East Front stuff. Again, Scott, I love all the work that you've done. I would love for you to be able to get Mannerheim's Cross in here, but I know that you've never been able to get the maps or the counter sheets. I could get you the scans of the maps, but I can't get you the scans of the counter sheets because I've already punched them. So Clash Along the Sile is good, but I don't like the terrain in that one, Mitch. Honestly, I don't know what it is. It's very wide open, and I guess that's probably why I don't like it. But yeah, Clash Along the Sile, whatever, is a good module, but it's not for me. I like having lots of terrain. That one just doesn't have lots of terrain in it. So, honestly, the next module I think I want to pick up, I can't remember it. I think the subtitle of it is Mannerheim's Backhand Blow, but it's an Eastern Front title. It's mainly it's a big urban built up scenario. That one may be my next, but for a Ziploc bag game, it's $100 some odd bucks. And, all right, yeah, you get the 30% off if you use the coupon. So. Now, I could get you the individual scans of the different counters because I have the counters. I just don't have them on a full sheet. But if you wanted me to, I could probably get the scans of all the maps and all the individual counters and send them off to you, Scott. Yeah, Krakow 43. Yeah, that's is that the actual? Didn't think that was the actual name of the module though. But yeah, Scott, I'll get with you on that later if you want me to just individually scan all that stuff and shoot it off to you. Because that Mannerheim's Cross, I've played a couple scenarios from it. What was good about that one is that was actually got a couple World War I scenarios in it, so you got some very very low quality infantry on both sides. Well, not low quality, but low firepower infantry and fighting in a built up area. So that's kind of interesting. So part of me's thought about Way, but I don't know about that one. Yeah, Backhand Blow, something like that, Scott. Yeah. There was another game that I had that focused on Krakow 43, which I think was called Mannerheim's Backhand Blow. That's why I call it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll get the scan. Some of them are. There are several of them, and some of them are really big. Some of them are really small. But yeah, I'll work on getting the scans of those and getting them off to you.
All right.
Hey, welcome back. Everybody quiet.
He was walking in the door as I went upstairs. So perfect.
Woohoo! I just would like to say we do have 11 people watching now, which is absolutely fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. All right, so what am I showing right now? Let me go check here. Am I showing the screen? Looks like I'm showing the map. Okay. You're screen sharing and presenting to everyone. So no one can see Devin.
Woohoo!
All right.
That's more for everyone's protection rather than my vanity.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think we're ready to go to the indirect fire segment, which there is none. And so I can move the plus arrow to the movement and fire segment, correct?
Yep.
And initiative. There we go.
You get to go first.
Let's see. What do I think I'm going to do? Oh, yes. Fire that machine gun on the guys in the open. Can you do something like spray fire or fire at adjacent hexes or anything like that?
Nope, not that I'm aware of. There's no assault fire or anything like that.
So I guess I will fire on the guys that are already casualtied. So G5 to F4.
Yep.
So that's going to be, so they have 5 because they're casualty. And then -2 because they're firing the machine gun.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, 5. So 3 plus 8 is 11, so 10.
Yep.
10 in the open, so 10-0.
Correct.
Come on, baby. All right.
That was actually a pretty good roll. That's a
C3.
C3. That's not bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 casualty marker on the leader. So let's go ahead and flip him. And then we're going to go ahead and put 1 casualty on each of the squads, which I should probably not have done that. So we're going to, flip and casualty them. No, just flipping them, not casualty them. Because I'm only putting 1 casualty on each, so they are just flipping. All right, motivation. We're looking at, see, Corporal King is a 6. -3 for the casualties taken is going to be a 3. Morale support range is going to bring it back up to 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I've got 2 squads to the north and 1 squad to the southeast. So, yeah, so we're looking at a 6 for the leader.
So Mitch says, I think Corporal King might get a friendly fire wound for that.
I have no idea what that is.
And he also says, only if you have appropriate action card, Todd. I think he's joking. I think
Oh, okay.
Mitch, are you
Oh,
joking?
I think that's an LNL thing.
Oh, there is. They do have the special, character cards.
Okay, so Corporal King, we're looking at a 6. Oh, he's good. Okay, so the crew is going to be 8, 7, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the squads are going to be 8s. So crew is good. First squad 7 up. Bottom squad breaks. But that's fine. All right. You gonna burn off with your other rate of fire?
Oh, your guy Corporal King will get friendly fire because he let his troops out into the open in front of that machine gun. Well, so my question is do I want to fire him? Yeah,
but if I'd have gotten initiative, it wouldn't have been an issue.
Issue, exactly. Question is, do I want to fire him into that thing, or do I want to fire him into that stack there that's out in the open that has done nothing yet, right?
Well, neither one of them have done nothing because...
Well, I know, but I mean, they haven't taken any casualties or anything, and this guy's about to die, so I think I'll fire on the one that's out. Ah, shoot. I think I'll fire into the one that's out in the open in G and F3.
Okay. So this time you're just looking at the machine gun, so it's going to be an 8 even.
For C2.
2 casualties, huh? Well, we'll go ahead and stick 1 casualty on each of the crew, or each of the squads. Casualty. Okay. Morale. So the sergeant is going to be 7, 6, 5 for casualties taken, 6, 7 for morale support, and that's going to be it. So we're looking at a 7 for him. Well, he could go courageous. He does not. So break him. The crew is going to be 8, 7, 6, 7, 8. So we're looking at an 8 for the crew. It's going to be 3. The squads are going to be 9, 8 for the casualty, 7, 6 for casualties taken, 7 because they can only give 1 morale support. They can't use their own morale support, so we're looking at 7s for the squads. 1 and 1. Hey,
wow. Dang, you using all your low ones on
that. There goes all my good dice rolls right there. So, alrighty, I believe that's your fire.
Yep, I'm done. So now blast away.
All right. Well, part of me is tempted to form just one massive fire group with everything. And you know what? Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and form one massive fire group.
Can you do that without leaders, or do you have to have a leader?
I have to have a leader. So,
okay.
Fortunately, Corporal King is right there, so he can direct the fire group. So 7, 14, 19, 25, 30.
All right, rolling on the 30, guaranteed to get a result.
All right.
Even on a 10, I just want to make sure. Does that...
good question. I think a 10.
Well, I mean, when you roll, I mean, a 0 does equal C1, but I just don't know if you roll 10s if that automatic is a miss or not. I don't think that's a rule in this game.
At that point, it's not. So we're looking on the 30 column. +3 for the building, -1 for leader directed. So it's going to be 30 at a +2.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
you don't kill them all off.
Don't get to see that very often. 4, 5, 6
so
on the 30 column.
C3. So yeah,
yep.
They're dead.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, good thing I took those shots then.
Yep. Let me get these guys marked with fired. Combat fire, except for the broken guy who can't fire. And mark these guys with fire. You know, I really should start remembering or memorizing the the keyboard shortcuts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we're going to do something a little bit funky. Oh, no, I guess I can't do that, so we're not going to do that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pass, or not pass, but that is going to be it.
Okay. I think my guy's in the bottom floor of H5, the leader in the squad. Will so that building is 3, right? +3. I assume it's +3 even firing building to building.
Yep, if it's the same building, it's still +3 because I'm still in the Mason building.
And I have my leader, so it's going to be a 6 + 2. And crawling allows you to fire, so I could fire and then crawl, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. It's assault fire, but yeah, you can fire.
Oh yeah, so it's going to be 3.
It's going to be half to 3, which will be the 2 column.
Shoot, 2 + 2. Well, at least it's a fire, though, right? I mean, there's no harm to roll.
Nope, it's not like you're going to be taking the ammunition home with you.
All right, so I'm going to roll. So 2 on 2. So basically, I need to roll a 1 or 2. Oh!
That's a C1. Very nice. Okay. Oh, this actually could be bad.
Come on, baby. Right. Come on.
Motivation is going to be 9, 8 for the casualties taken, 7 for the casualties the stack took this turn. So we're looking at a 7, and unfortunately, I have no morale support.
Come
so
on.
It's going to be a 7.
Yes!
Now, The problem with this is because I am adjacent to an enemy unit, I don't just break, I surrender.
Oh, that's cool.
Is she laughing at you?
Yes, she
Well,
is laughing at me.
It's good to have moral support right there next to you. Okay, so Devin.
Go ahead, crawl away.
All right, so it's still advantageous to crawl away then.
Skulk away like the little
chicken
Germans you are.
I was gonna crawl away upstairs, but now I'm tempted to crawl out of the building. But I don't know. I'm just trying to think of what the advantage of that is. Yeah, I'm going to go upstairs. Both of them are.
Crawling upstairs.
And I'm going to jump out the window the next turn.
Wow. That's actually impressive.
And so this is why you play other people, because people surprise you with stuff.
Oh, all the time.
This is why when I play solo, I'm like, I wonder what would Devin do? What would Mitch, whoever, anybody, what would anybody do? Have we meleeed yet? No, we have not meleeed this game yet. I've been skulking. I've been crawling away, Tony, like a little chicken. He was gonna melee me the last turn, but I kind of went, oh, I'm gonna slip upstairs or next to, actually the guys that just shot him that made him surrender, the ones that slid out of there. So better part of valor. All right.
Actually, I was gonna grenade you, not melee.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
All right. Well, let's see. What do I want to do now?
Right, so that was my turn. Okay.
Yeah, that was your impulse.
Impulse.
All right, we're going to go down to I-10, and we're going to fire from I-10. Not going to fire the bazooka, just going to fire my guys. So it's going to be 8 and 7 is 15. Broken bar guy is not doing anything. So 15 is going to be on the 14 column. It's going to be +3 for the building. So we're looking at 14 column +3. Nothing.
I'll take that.
I kind of figured you would. Flips over to you.
So you just fired.
I did. And did a big goose egg to the goose steppers.
Well, I guess I'll fire. Nope. Pass.
Okay, well, J11 is going to go ahead and crawl into K11.
Guess I'll. I think I already checked that line of sight. So I guess I'll fire on that from K8.
Okay.
Again, I don't know there's no advantage of doing it now, except for it's not an impulse, it's an op fire. So I guess that's a good reason to do it.
Yep.
So op fire, so 6 plus the hedge, which we just determined as 1. So it's just a 6 plus 1.
5 plus 1. You've taken a casualty.
4 plus 1.
Yep.
Nothing. I love bazookas, says Sergeant Rock. I would think so with a name like that. Okay.
So flips over to my impulse.
Yeah, I'm passing.
Okay. Well, oh yeah, that was your op fire. Sorry. So
yeah, I pass.
All right. So K2.
K2.
We're gonna go 1.
Oh, sorry. I was totally looking somewhere else. K2.
K2 to L1.
I'm gonna fire on it with my medium machine gun from R5. But let's check. Can you see him? Can I see him?
No, you can't. Let's see if you can figure out why you can't see him. At least I don't think you can see him. Let me check.
5, 6, 7. It looks like to me.
Nope. You don't have line of sight.
Because it goes into the hex with the woods?
Nope. P6. The woods block line of sight.
Oh, I'm sorry. R5, I have a medium machine gun.
Oh. R5. Oh, I didn't even know you had a medium. Oh, balls. I didn't even know you had a medium machine gun there. God damn it. Oh no, you got line of sight. I thought you were fired from the hilltop. Sorry. Yeah, I know you can see me.
So
Perfectly fine.
So it's 8. Then I got the leader, but you got the wall, so it's 8 plus 1. But are you salting? Assault movement, or are you?
Yes.
Crawling?
No, assault movement.
So it's just 8 even then. 8.
Yep.
Okay. 1.
Oh, you're kidding me.
C3.
Oh, balls. All right. Well, let's go ahead and
Captain Blaze. That's now legal in Washington State and many other states. Captain Blaze.
Go ahead and put a casualty on the bar gunner. So that'll flip him.
Mitchell Land says, yeah, R5 is going to light you up.
And then we'll go ahead and put a casualty on each one of the squads.
Yeah, Mitch, he wasn't seeing that R5 gun.
Yeah, I had no idea that he had a medium machine gun in R5. My bad. I wouldn't.
I sneakily hid him under Sergeant Mulch.
All right, so motivation. Captain Blaze is an 8, -3 for casualties taken is a 5, +2 for morale support. So he's looking at a 7. And we got a 5, so he's good. The hero is a 7, -3 for casualties taken. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, +2 for the officer, +2 more for the morale support range. So he needs an 8.
Does he take 1 for being? No,
he's flipped. Yeah, he flipped. All right, the squads are going to be 9, -1 for casualties sustained is an 8, -3 for casualties taken is a 5, 6, 7, 8 for morale support range. So both of them are 8s. 7 and 8. Yay. We're good to go. And since I only spent 1 movement point, you can only do the 1 rate of fire on him.
Okay.
So I will continue my movement for 4 movement points or 3 movement points to move into M1, bringing my movement total up to 4. Anything you can do?
Yeah, I'm gonna fire the light machine gun on him.
Okay.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess I go ahead and fire my. But that's so if I fire my squad at him, it's going to reduce it to half, which would be the squad would be he's already firing at 5. So do you have the 7?
Yeah, you have the 7.
So it'd be 2.
Well, technically it'd be 6 because it's -1 for the light machine gun. So it'd be 3 points. The squad would give 3 points because they're out of range, because they're at long range, and then 5 from the MG34. So it'd be a grand total of 8 firepower.
And since it's got a rate of fire 2, you'd subtract 2, right?
No, it goes off of the carrying capacity.
Oh, carrying capacity.
Carrying capacity.
So,
Or portage points, as we call them in squad leader.
Okay, so 8. All right, so 8 up, 8 up 2 for the woods, but then the assault movement 8 up 1.
Yep.
No leader, 8 up 1. So 8 on a 5 is a C1.
Well, we're gonna have to wound the captain now. Poopy. Flip him. All
That's
right.
the hardcore talk you hear in battle.
That's right. This is full on hardcore battle veteran poopy talk.
Poopy talk.
Poopy talk. All right. So motivation 7 is going to be -1 +2 for morale support. So 7, 6, 7, 8 for his morale. And let's see if he goes heroic. He goes courageous. Look at that. It's the only time rolling multiple 10s ever do me good.
So who went courageous?
The leader.
He took a hit of that blaze, boys. And
He did. Where the hell is courageous at? Oh, courage right there. Courage American. All right. Not that it does anything for the rest of the squad or rest of the stack. So, okay. So the bar gunners 7, -1, 6, +2 for the captain, 7, 8, +2 for the squads, morale support 9, 10. So 8. All these high dice rolls, and then let's see, 9, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're looking at 10s with the squads as well. So first squad 2, second squad 8. They're all good to go. Alrighty. And I have 1 movement point left over, but I'm not moving into M2, so they're done.
And then I'll
So
I'll use my second raid on.
Yeah, because I spent 3 movement points going into there. You can use your second raid.
So 4 up 1.
4 up 1.
4 even, right? Because you have assault moving. The woods is 1.
And yes,
so
+1 for the assault move, -1 for the woods, or however you want to talk to it. The assault move and the woods will cancel each other out. Oh, good God! Stop hitting me!
Stop it!
Up. So that's going to be a C1. Crap.
Control V to mark the counter with courage. Yeah, I need to write all these down. Of course, Mitch hasn't.
It's not writing them down. It's remembering them.
Oh, I need to write them down.
All right, so we'll go ahead and flip one of the squads and remove the casualty. So motivation again. Leader or the captain, he's marked courageous. He doesn't have to take a check. The bar gunner 7, -1 for casualties taken is a 6. 7, 8 for the officer, 9 for the full squad morale support. Okay, he's good. For the squad that just took the casualty, we're looking at 7, -1 for casualties taken, 6, 7, 8 for the officer, 9 for morale support from the squad. And then it's going to be 10, actually. Yes, it's going to be 10 for the other squad. Yeah, okay. 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, 8. Jeez, Yahtzee here with the 7s and 8s. Then I think that's all the outfire you can do.
Yep.
But that was my movement, so it flips over to your impulse.
Excuse me, everyone. Yeah. All right. So Sergeant Rock, just another thing that's kind of interesting about this game is that, and I have not seen this in any other game except for leaders. So leaders help your morale, but in this game, having other units, friendly units next to you helps. So when he's taking morale checks, you look for other 3 stacking point units, so full squads, and they add to your morale, which is an interesting concept. It makes you think you want to stack stuff up, but then that also can hurt you because everyone takes the shots. So there's a little mix. But it's kind of a neat thing that I had not seen in a tactical level game before, where your other fellow units give you some morale support.
Conversely, enemy units that you're stacked adjacent and next to will reduce your morale. So that's a nice little factor as well. So, but it is your impulse.
Thank you, Mitchell, for reminding me to mark my machine gun. My medium machine gun fired. I also need to mark these guys fired because they fired. Sorry, I'm just marking these guys in IH5 that they fired. All right, my turn. They fired. They fired. They can't hit jack crap. They can't hit jack crap. Pass.
All righty. Really only have one stack left.
So,
I2.
Kent, you say the mortar in R8. I know. I don't think he can see anybody. So he might be able to see someone. I'll check it out later. 1, 2.
I know who you can. I think. Well, no, I think line of sight's blocked.
No, I'll try that later. So okay, I passed. What'd you do?
I'm still deciding.
Okay.
Let's take I2 and we're going to crawl into J2.
Okay.
And they are going to assault fire. Now, this is going to be kind of fun because it's going to be long range for the squads. It's going to be normal range for the machine gun. So the machine gun is halved to 2. The squads are halved and then halved again, so basically quartered. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 firepower. So it's going to be on the 6th column. +2 for the building, -1 for the leader, for a net of +1. 6th column +1, 8 nothing. And we'll go ahead and burn off the other rate of fire, which is going to be a 2 +1, 7 nothing. Alrighty. Whole bunch of nothing.
Okay, my turn.
Yep, flips back over to you.
All right, I'll try to fire the mortar. Oh, wait a minute. Well, hold on. Oh, I can't. A mortar can't fire past its range, I assume.
2 to 11. No, yeah, it's the calling the German 50 millimeter mortars kind of a misnomer. It really wasn't a mortar; it was more of a glorified grenade launcher. So,
but let's maybe try. What do you have left to do here?
nothing. I've moved everything.
All right. Well,
I've activated everybody.
Okay. Well, for spotting. So I was going to think about this machine gun up on the hill. Can he hit your guys up on F3?
If he doesn't cross any hill or any woods.
Oh, crosses woods.
Nope, then no, he can't.
Okay, so then I think I'm done. Yep. I don't see anything. I'm not seeing.
Pass.
Okay.
Pass.
The objective is, Sergeant Rock asked the objective, either Devin has to take these hill hexes in this hill in R8, S8, T8, U9, T9, S9. Every hill there with one non-broken, 3 stacking points of units, 3 stacking points, or 7 buildings. How many buildings do you have now?
That I control?
1, 2, 3.
3.
Yeah.
Although we are currently involved in the fight for the G5H5.
Yeah. So which counts, G5H5 counts one. So he either has to have 7 or more buildings or the whole hill, 1 or the 2. So that's kind of what he's trying to do. All right. So I think we're done with this segment, correct? I can hit the plus sign.
You are correct. We're on to the next impulse or the next phase.
Close assault segment, which is that. Okay. So roll for initiative.
You got it.
So let's see here. So if I move into that, move into that, into that. Okay. Sorry. Do I want to keep doing it? I guess I'm going to pass.
Really? Let me cue up some new music here real quick. All right. Gotta get some Blue Oyster Cult. Some flaming telepaths for this one. All right. Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to have to infiltrate Corporal King and the crew and the squad that are capable of infiltrating into G5 as I move counters all over the place because I don't know how to pick them out real well.
Mitchell End says to play Imperial March.
See, no, I don't. As much as I do like the Imperial March, not that big of a fan of it in wargaming. Unless, you know, I'm playing one of the evil bad guys.
Of course.
Like the Soviets. All right, so that's that infiltration.
Okay.
Impulse passes to you.
Pass.
I think we're going to keep Sergeant. Annoying that he's broken. And I can't infiltrate with the broken. Yeah, so Sergeant, they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything. All right, I think M1, the guys that have gotten shot up moving across half of the countryside, are going to infiltrate into N0 because a half hex is a playable hex.
Okay.
And that flips over to your impulse.
Pass.
I think that's going to be it for me as well. Pass.
Okay. And pass.
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 Pass. Pass. Pass. Pass. Pass. Pass. Pass.
And moving it to. Oh shoot! I skipped the in the turn segment. Okay. All right, in the turn segment.
And a turn segment.
Basic rallies.
I got a 6.
Where are you rolling here? Which one?
Initiative.
Oh, initiative. Sorry. 8. I don't have anything to do.
Oh, sure. I win initiative. All right. Well, oh, that's right. You don't have any. Oh, God. That sucks. All right. We'll go ahead and do my bar gunner down here in I9 first. He can self-rally. It's going to be 9, 10, 11. And we saw how effective that happened last time.
So you're doing the ones up top?
No, down south. Okay. The bar gunner down at I-10.
Oh, okay. All right.
So he made it. So he is no longer broken. All right. Let's see. Sergeant Mason is going to go ahead and try to motivate his nappy butt. So it's going to be 7, 8, 9 from morale support of the 2 squads that he's with.
Blue Oyster Cult was Mitchell Land's first ever concert.
Ah, very sweet. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Blue Oyster Cult. He made his motivation.
87.
All right. The guy in F4 can't. Okay, we got to try to improve the surrendered squad in G5. Now, Scott, you're going to have to help me with this. Since he is stacked with the leader, if he passes his morale, then he's brought back to good order, correct? Not elevated to broken status. Am I remembering that correctly, Scott? Or Mitchell, either one of you guys, if you're still in the chat.
There's Mitchell's definitely on. Still got 9 watching. That's amazing. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, that is.
But they're talking about Blue Oyster Cult, so they may.
I see that. All right, so yeah, no, Scott answered. All right, so he's got to try to. Okay, so he's a 9, 10, or no, he's an 8 because of the casualties he's taken. 9 for the NCO that he's with, so it's just a 9. 6. All right, so he is brought back to good order. And I believe that's it. Those are all my broken and surrendered guys. Yeah, that's it. So I believe that is going to be the end of turn 3.
Okay, so turn 4 in direct fire segment, nothing.
Do you want to try to get another turn in, or are you going to have to go because the wife's home, or what's up?
Oh no, she's going to bed.
Oh, okay.
So turn 4, if you're good, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm so good. Yeah, it's only 9 o'clock here.
Yeah, don't tell me that. All right, so fire. It's only 11 o'clock here. Fire and movement segment. Initiative.
Initiative.
Kent Smith wants more cowbell.
Honestly, as much as I love Blue Oyster Cult, I hate that song. Mainly because it's gotten so much popular radio airwave. That and Godzilla, both of those two songs, I hate both of them. So, but I love it. But it's the more esoteric stuff from Blue Oyster Cult I love. Flaming Telepath, Astronomy, stuff from the Spectre's album, Agents of Fortune. A lot of stuff that didn't get a lot of airway or airplay time. So that's the stuff I tend to like. So, anyways, enough of my pontificating on classic rock and roll. Let's see, I won, didn't I? And I can't see you there, so what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? What do I want to do? Well, let's just go ahead and start off with something easy. Let's go to I-10. And let me go ahead and fire on your guys in K8.
Fire that Baz, man.
Well, see, this is the thing. Okay, well, Scott and Mitchell, you're both here, so you can answer the question. If I fire the bazooka, I can't form a fire group with the other 2 squads there, correct? I believe that is correct. Also, if I fire the bazooka, does the squad at a later time get the opportunity to fire their firepower, or because they fired the bazooka, is that their entire fire? If my ranting made any sense whatsoever.
They're still talking rock and roll, but I bet they.
Well, yeah, there's about a 10 or 15 second.
And also, Godzilla was deep purple. Says
No. Godzilla was not deep purple.
Oh boy, here we go. The squad can fire later. God Eagle says.
Okay. Well, then conversely, the bazooka would be able to fire later then as well. Correct? I could fire the squad, then fire the bazooka later.
Any sort of reduced rate, though.
Well, it would be the squad would be at a -1.
Okay. Oh, no matter what.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Oh, all right. So I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
But the bazooka attack would happen on its own impulse.
Its own impulse. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wasn't sure if that, because it's a light anti-tank weapon, that it would be the squad's only action. Okay, so it's not. Okay, great. All right, so we are going to fire the bazooka at a later impulse.
Okay.
So we're gonna fire the squads now. So it's going to be 8 plus 6 for the squad, -1 for the casualty, -1 for the bazooka, is going to be 14. Plus 2 for the bar gunner is going to be a 16, which is going to be the 14 column anyways. So we are not going to fire the bar gunner. We're just firing the 2 squads at a 14. And it is going to be +3 because of the building. And no other modifiers on my end, so 14 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is going to be 5, which is going to be a C2 on the 14 column.
So flipping a casualty.
Yes, sir.
And so it's -2 for C2. So he's at 3, and then he has the.
No. Remember, since you flipped him, he's only one his flip side's only taken 1 casualty, so his base morale is now a 4.
Oh, that's right. Dang. Well, no. Okay, right. It's a 4.
Oh yeah, but yeah, he also still has a -2 for the casualties that he took this turn.
So 2.
Yeah.
All right. So he's broken.
Yeah, but at least he's not surrendered.
Yep. Okay.
Right side. Always got to look for the bright side. That was my impulse. So it's over to you.
I guess my machine gun in P5.
Yep.
We'll fire on your guy, and I guess I might as well do the squad as well. Yeah, I might as well do the squad as well. I want to do this, but in a way I don't, because I think, okay, well, anyway, whatever. So 5 and 6 is 11, so on the 10 plus 1. 10 plus 1?
No, it's going to be more than that. It's going to be +1 for the obstructing in L3, firing through the orchards, and then another +1 for firing over the hedge and or into the woods. They're both the same modifier. So it's actually going to be a +2.
Okay. I'll take that. So C3.
Balls. C3. Well, as much as I hate to do it, we're going to flip the sergeant.
Sergeant Kelly.
Not fired. We're flipping him and put 1 casualty on each of the squads. We've seen me do this before because I've gotten several C3 results against me. All right, so motivation, morale is going to be 6, -3 for casualties taken, which is going to put him at 3, +2 for the morale support. So he is going to be at a 5. And he is going to be broken. The crew is going to be 8, 7, 6, 5, 6, 7 with all modifiers. So the crew is good. The squads are going to be 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 6. At least the first one is, as long as he makes it. Okay, and the second one is going to be a 6 as well. No, he breaks as well. Killing me here. I'm going to fire off your other burst with the machine gun.
Yeah, so 4.
4 plus 2.
Yep, okay, miss.
All right. Well, just because I need a little bit, well, I don't need a little bit of good luck. We'll go ahead and fire the bazooka into the building.
Yes, cool. We haven't done that.
Yeah, we haven't done ordnance. Well, yeah, we have not done ordnance against guys in the building. Okay, for our viewing audience, bazookas can only be fired at infantry if they're in a building, in an entrenchment, or behind a wall. They're in a building, so I can shoot at them. I have the option of shooting either at them or at the building. The difference comes into play if I'm shooting at the building. Shit, Mitch, Scott, you're gonna have to remind me on this.
What do you need reminding of?
Which one adds the +3 to hit?
I would think aiming at the guys.
Or +3 for being in the building if you do get a hit. Shoot the building, no dice roll modifier to hit, correct, Mitch? Because if I do hit, I still need to add +3 to the dice roll.
Mitch says shoot the building, no DRM.
But the DRM
occurs in the casualty
occurs
roll.
to the casualty roll. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. So we got a light anti-tank weapon. We got a bazooka. This is 1944, so my range is 4. So we're at range 3. So we're a D-class weapon, D-class or light anti-tank rifle. We're looking at the hit probability table. At a range of 3 to 8, my base to hit is 7. We are firing at the building, so there's no modifier for that. There is no covered arc. There's no burst. There's no assault fire vehicle main armament. Firing vehicle is not suppressed. No elite tank commander. No hull down. No moving target. No target size modifier. No terrain cover state. No obscuring. No smoke. No running. No NCO or officer directed. No personnel assault firing. No AP versus bunker. No APCR or APDS range at 9 or more. Not firing onboard smoke. No overstacking. No aerosols. No Volkstrom conscript. No pre-1940. That's the one I always forget. The pre-1943 Russian vehicle main armament. And no empty hex. So we're looking at a straight 7 to hit. Yes, all that just to figure out that there were no modifiers. So we need a 7 to hit. 10.
Yes. Yes.
Well, that must have been a dud. I hit the building, but it was a dud. That's what it was. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, so that's my impulse. Flips back over to you.
Oh, real quick here though, it says base is 4. LAT has its own HTP. Oh yeah, LA.
Personnel assault firing, light anti-tank or light anti-tank rifle. I wasn't assault firing. I was just normal firing. Is that the modifier he was talking about?
Table A3. LATHPT.
A3.
ATR use A1. Wow.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I was totally looking at the wrong. I was totally looking at the wrong. Yeah, I still missed.
But still,
so yeah, ATRs use A1. AT, yeah, okay, that's that. Okay, yeah. No,
cool.
Completely correct in that.
So Sergeant Rock, as you can see, there's just little things like that are different. So, and this is why it's good to play with other people watching or playing with other people and having people watch, because you see things like that. Because I wouldn't have seen that at all until I went and read the rules again and seen it like 4 years later. Yeah, so that's cool.
Yep. Definitely.
And Devin's been playing a while, and forgot that. So it's just
I miss stuff all the time. I've been playing ASO off and on for 30 years, and I still don't know how to play that game. So
that's the way it goes. All right.
So flips over to your impulse.
I don't think I really have anything at the moment. Stinking Hill's not helping me at all.
Well, the hill's helping you just fine. It's all the woods hexes that's not helping you.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'll pass.
All righty. Well, in that case, the bar gunner is now going to open. Actually, does it even make sense for the bar gunner to open up?
He's broken.
It's a 2.
He's not going to do anything.
Well, no, he's got.
You could eliminate him.
I could get a C1 on you.
I know, that's what I mean. Yeah, I mean, I think you will. I think you should fire it.
What was Mitch saying in the last game they were doing a couple weeks ago? It's the lowest rolls are always the ones. Oh, that's right. Mitch pointed this out to me. A possible critical with the bazooka. I always forget the critical hit. So if I roll another 10, then there'll be a critical hit. No, doesn't matter anyways. So moot point.
I'm gonna write that on my table. Is that true with every roll or just HTP?
No, I think that's just HTP.
HPT, sorry.
HPT, yeah. Ordnance.
That should be written on this table somewhere. I'm gonna write that down.
Anyways, my bar gunner in I-10 is going to fire on you, and K8 is going to be 2 column plus 3 for the or no, is that a wooden building?
It's a I think it is.
No, it's stone. Because it definitely looks different than the wood building, so it's a stone building. So it's going to be plus 3 on the dice roll. So basically, I need a 1, but I've got a rate of fire 2. So we'll go ahead and burn off both of them. First, nope. Second one, ooh, I got a C1.
That's what kind of check is that? Just a C. Is that a C1?
That's just a straight C1.
Okay.
But you can only take 1 more casualty, so.
I'm sorry, I was writing down possible critical hit on my sheet of paper.
Yep, not a problem, not a problem. So K8 takes a casualty.
He's out, he's done, isn't he?
Yep, he's done. And flips over to your impulse.
Pass. Pass.
Okie dokie. Let me get this marked with fired.
Sergeant Rock, I played squad leader. I bought it with a friend. I bought it and tried to play a friend at like 92. I found it in a game store that was still had it in stock. Bought it. Thought it was the coolest thing ever, man. We played like halfway through the first scenario. It took us like 4 hours, and we were both done. We're like, oh my gosh. I never opened it up again, and then I sold it, and now I have ASL, ATS, LNL. That was back in '92. So, and that's kind of. But neither one of us had ever played a game like that, so it was just like, what the heck.
Yeah, Squad Leader is not the best game to jump into as your first war game. So
It's not, yeah, you're right. Well, I'd played other war games, Panzer Blitz and all that, but just, we just didn't know what we were getting into. But and I just had never really wrapped my head around a game. I thought it was too hard. I didn't realize if you just they haven't that game came with that programmed instruction, right? So if I would have stuck with it, but so it's helped that when I started my board game phase here in like 2005. I started with Combat Commander, stuff like that, which is a great way to ease your way into stuff. So,
all right. So my impulse. You passed, correct?
I passed, yes.
Alrighty. So we're going to do K11. And where's my bar at? I want to throw some smoke. Where's my smoke? Where's my smoke? There it is.
So the games I had when I was young, my dad owned Panzer. They're talking about games they owned. It's real young. Panzer Blitz. No, Panzer Leader. Yeah, Panzer Leader and Tactics 2. My dad had those two, and so I would just push those around and sort of play with the rules as a kid. And then I bought like Storm over Arnhem, never played it. I bought a few war games, never played them because I just never could wrap my head around them. I wasn't a very bright kid. So K10, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what you're doing? Okay.
I'm throwing a smoke there. So that's one.
One movement.
Yep.
I can't see you, so go ahead.
2. 3.
Okay.
4.
Okay. Scott Eagles, Tactics 2, leave it in the bin. My buddy gifted me a pristine copy of Tactics 2. He thought it was funny. Is it worth checking out, or should I leave it in the bin? I say leave it in the bin. I mean, it's interesting for historical purposes about game design, but yeah, Mitchell Land, bin at squares.
All right, that's me. Flips over to your impulse.
Huh. Gosh, when you moved in there, I should have fired on you.
Oh, you can still fire normally.
Yeah, but dang it, I missed that assault move opportunity.
I'm still under the assault move penalty.
Oh, really?
I'm marked with assault move, so I'm still under the assault move penalty.
Oh, that's a difference in the games.
That's why you mark different. That's why you mark them with crawled, assault, running, whatever, because they're under that effect for the remainder of the turn.
All right, then. Well, let's first fire the machine gun on him. From the hill in R8 to J8.
I'm sorry, what?
You're like, what?
Well, no, I was. There was an LOS question in chat. If P11 can see L11, P11 to L11. I don't think so. I mean, it's along the hedge lines. Oh well, I'd have to.
They'd both be adjacent, though.
That's a more advanced part. Scott or Mitch will have to answer that one. So, but anyways, I'm sorry. You were shooting at J8 from where? H5 or from where?
Scott says P11 to L11 is clear. Mitch says, yep, running becomes assault, though after they're actually done moving.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Okay, so I am firing R8 to J8, the machine gun.
R8.
Looks good to me by line of sight check.
J8. Sure you want to do that? Yeah, sure you want to do that?
I'll just for fun. Let's just do it. Let's do it for the fans watching.
Crap! Now I totally missed that. You got clear line of sight. Yeah.
So we'll do 8. 8 minus 1.
Yep.
So 6.
It'll be what is
C1.
Okay, dokie. Combat C1. Motivation 9, -1 for casualties sustained. 8, -1 for casualties taken. 7.
When you're firing on your impulse, can you fire both rates of fire? Or do you have to wait to a different impulse?
We've been playing it that you can fire both rates.
Okay.
During your own impulse. 9, 8, 7. Yep, he made it. It's just during op fire you have to have. You can only fire a rate for every movement point expended that you can see them in.
So that's okay. Well, then I'll fire again. So now 4. So C2.
Stop it.
Stop hitting
Leave
me.
my guys alone. All right, so 7 -1 is 6, -2 for the casualties taken, 5, 4. So we're looking at a 4 with them. 3.
Oh, look at you, man.
Yay.
Let me mark him shot. So I need this little discussion explained to me that Mitch has thrown out there. That
About the assault becomes running?
No, the running becomes assault.
Yeah, no. If you're running and you get shot at during the as an opportunity fire, the modifier is at the running modifier. If after your movement is over, you're shot at later by just a regular impulse, that running is then downgraded to an assault modifier. So the best time to catch someone when they're running as part of this and get that lovely -2 DRM is during as an op fire.
I am going to write that down on this little chart as well.
Woohoo! Take notes for things to go back and read over.
So running is -2, but -1 when after movement.
Again, that's one of those little niggling things that really that's in the rules. Where?
Well, right. So Sergeant Rock. I mean, it's like if you're okay with that kind of thing, and even getting them wrong, because you will, then try this game out. Okay. So that was my turn. Your turn. Your impulse. I gotta get the right words right.
No, that was yours because you did not fire on me. You used both your impulses from your. So it's it's my impulse. Terp. I think it's starting to get late for me. All righty.
One set of guys. No, 2 sets of guys left.
Yep, got 2 sets. F3 and N0.
Go out in the open, man. I got nothing left. Well, not nothing, but
not nothing. No. Okay, what I think I'm gonna do is we're gonna take. What do I want to do? Actually, I think we're just going to take F3 and we're going to crawl them into F4.
Chicken. Let's see here. 12.5.633 is the running rule. Yep. Okay. It says it right there. Okay.
That would be my impulse. Back over to you.
Let's fire the mortar. Let's do this.
Woohoo!
Like Brutus. But okay, so it's.
Well, it depends who you're shooting at.
What's that?
Who are you shooting at?
Just the ground, just shooting around.
Okay, that's cool. Just waste ammo. Just drop shells out.
I'm gonna shoot J8.
Okay.
Because I don't think anything else is gonna open up for me unless nothing's gonna open up for me. So J8. So okay, so mortar.
Yep.
So I look on the hits probability table.
Yep.
The D, because it says D after the 50.
It is a D class weapon. Yep.
Any modifiers at all?
Well, what range are you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So
Your base to hit.
7.
There you go.
So I'm just going to go quietly, read through these things. So assault moving, so -1.
Yep.
So okay. It is not leader directed. So that's it. So -1. So I can hit on an 8 or less.
Yep.
Come on. All right. So I hit.
Woohoo!
Put a bot down. Do I do a bot marker?
It was an opportunity fire, so I believe Mortars put bot markers down. Yeah.
Oh, what am I moving everything? Don't need to identify because there's only one thing.
Yeah, it's the only thing on there that.
So I hit. So now we go to the casualty table, correct?
Correct.
And we looked at the HE50.
Yep.
So it's the 6 column. There's no
Yep.
modifiers because it was already taken into account.
Correct.
So we're on the 6 column straight up. And
Yep.
it's a 5, so it's a C1.
C1. Balls, that kills him.
Aw. Bot stays there.
Should. I don't see why it would go away.
Okay.
But again, that's famous last words that I've said.
And they'll all come out and say,
oh, that's annoying. I was hoping to grab K8. All because I'm an idiot and didn't realize straight down the hex spine had LOS. Should have moved into K9 instead. Really should have moved into K9. I was worried about your op fire from P11. That's why I didn't move into K9.
Oh, that's funny.
It would have been. It would have been.
So I mean, it's perfectly good to fear that. So
would have been better. Probably would have been better for me to move into K9. Oh well.
Yeah, better than a medium machine gun and a mortar all like going berserk on you.
Because hey, it's the first time we can see somebody light them up.
Woo! Got them all warmed up. All right. So mortar fire does not leave. Well, you can't do a residual. I mean, you can't do up fire anyway, so it doesn't matter. Never mind. Okay. All right. So that was mine.
Okay, my impulse. I actually do have these guys in J2 because they haven't done anything yet. I've got an unbroken squad and an unbroken crew with a light machine gun, and they're going to light P5 up. So it's going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, plus 2 for the wooden building, plus 1 for the firing through the orchard. So it's going to be 12, which is about a 10 column. Yeah, because ATS doesn't have a 12 column. So it's going to be 10 at a +3.
I predict low. Bam.
Ooh.
So C2.
On a 4. Yes, C2.
Okay, so just flip them. I see the chat lighting up here, and so he's going to roll for he's 6 minus 2, so 4.
Yep.
Okay, broken. The cheats, the shortcuts keys are pretty obvious, but I just don't think to use them. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Fire that rate.
Yes, actually I will. So
blast them, Terrys.
It's going to be at the 4 column +3.
Low again. Go.
Stop saying that. That's not going to be anything.
Nope. Wolverines. Agreed, man. I agree. Wolverine.
If I was doing a grenade attack, I'd yell Wolverines, but
yeah, it's a good one. All right.
That's mine. That flips back over to your impulse.
I think I'm done. I'm not moving anyone. I don't think I can do anything. Well, I mean, I could do that. Can he see anybody? Hit anybody? Hold on here. Hold on. Okay. Well, wait a minute. I think I'm okay. So you fired. I'm now thinking. So I am going to. Debating here. There. No, there. Okay. My guys up in the second floor in H5
Mm-hmm.
are going to fire on your guys in JI10. Checking line of sight. Yep.
Okay. It's going to be a long range shot.
5. It's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just his range is 5, right? So it's just a 6. I mean, there's no.
No, it's just long range. If it's a long range shot, it's half firepower.
Oh, wait a minute.
But no, you're range. You're at range 5, so it's full firepower.
Okay. So 6, even up because you got a leader and you got the woods.
Yep. +1, -1 makes it an even shot.
Come on, nice and low, please, or an 8. Dang it.
Or an 8. One of the other.
That sucks, man. All right. Okay.
Okie dokie.
Sergeant Rock, I don't know if you're still on, but ATS is probably one of the bloodier tactical games. But you do have 4. Each squad's got 4. Let's see, 1, 2.
Yeah, 4 steps.
4 steps. So it's bloody. It can take a while to get guys down, but you're getting kind of a skewed vision. You're using the paratroopers because they're 9 morale. That's pretty crazy. All right. So then that was that guy. So he's done. So you're up, Devin.
Yep. So we've got my last squad or my last stack in N0. We're going to assault move with them. So 1, 2. 3, 4. 5.
Okay.
And passes to your control.
I don't think I can do anything.
You can move guys if you want.
I sure could, couldn't I?
Yep.
Wait, who's moving the screen? Is that me?
No, that was me. Well, I was moving my screen. I don't know about your screen. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
I think I am going to move my guy from 010 to 09 for 1.
Okay.
2.
Yep.
3.
Yep.
4.
Yep.
Stop.
Yep.
Okay. You're done, right?
Yeah, I'm done. I got nothing left, so it's all on you now.
I'll be done.
Pass.
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 Are you guys drinking? I don't drink, so I'm not. I'm drinking water. Beverage of choice. Devin, though, didn't you say you drink something sometimes?
On occasion. I just don't have anything in the house right now. I don't drink a lot. I'll equivalent of maybe a fifth a year, if even that. I don't drink very much. So usually just during the summertime, what I'll do is I'll get some Southern Comfort and I'll get a large Slurpee, Coke Slurpee, and mix the Southern Comfort with the Slurpee.
Oh.
So it makes a really good, nice mixer.
Yeah, I guess so. Let's see here. I got to read a comment here. Sergeant Rock, are you guys drinking? Scott Eagles, just drinking up the good vibes. Scott Eagles, NT, Mitchell Land. Does today end in day? Sergeant Rock. Okay, smoking then. All right. Slurpee Comfort.
Slurpee Comfort. Yeah, other than that, the only thing I'll usually ever drink are cream liqueurs. I really, really, really like cream liqueurs. But see, you got to remember, I'm ex-Navy. I drank my body weight in alcohol several times over when I was in the service. I can't do that anymore. So,
Body needs you to heal up.
yeah, I've been out for 25 years and my body's still healing up from that.
Okay, so I think we're done. We passed. Everyone's passed.
Pass.
So
We're
going to now advance the marker to close assault segment.
Yep.
And we're going to roll for initiative.
Yep.
And you're going to roll less than a 5. Oh, Licky.
Tie. Gee, I got that one.
All right. Okay, so let's see. I guess I'll go L7 into K8.
Probably a really good idea. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to infiltrate from G5 upstairs.
Hey, boys.
How you doing?
Let's party.
As I move my counters all over the board trying to get them set.
So I can jump out that window, right, from the second floor?
No, but you
into
can't.
The trees. It's Devin. From the upstairs window into the trees, it works.
In ASL, you could probably take a test check to do that, but
Probably.
I don't think you can here in ATS.
Fine, you guys.
I know. I'm sorry.
The guys in G5 are in for a world of hurt. I'll wait till I pull out my secret weapon. Wait, the guys in G5 are in for a world of hurt. What?
Yeah, my guys.
Why are they in for a world of hurt?
Because you're going to kill them. You're going to do bad things to them.
Oh, yeah. I almost didn't remember. I can throw hand grenades in there.
You already fired, so no, you can't.
Huh. Well, then why are they in for a world of hurt then?
Well, I'm not saying they're in for a world of hurt now, next turn.
That's what Mitchell Land says.
Oh. Oh, what does he know? He's drunk.
Yeah, he's drunk. He's definitely okay. Well, man, now you just took all the fun away from me. This game's terrible. All right, let's see here. So I need to do something. I moved him, so I can't. Okay, let's see. Do I want to do anything there? Okay, I'll pass.
Okie dokie. Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to infiltrate some of the guys from F4 into G4, but we're going to keep the leader behind so he can rally the broken dude.
Rally your bros. Oh, the German. Yeah, the Germans are. Right. They're in for a world of hurt, of course, yes.
No, the Germans are not in for a world of hurt. Jeez.
Jeez Louise.
All right. Now, see, if we were playing this tabletop, that would be one huge hella stack.
Yeah, let me cursor over so everyone can see that. Yep, that's starting to look like Stalingrad or something.
Yeah, something like that. All right, that's my impulse. Over to you.
Pass.
All right, well, then we're going to go ahead and take my guys in Q1 and infiltrate them into R0.
Yep.
And flips back over to you.
One thing I should have done, I should have moved my leader from R5 into P5 to rally him. Shoot. Oh, well. So, I'm going to going to move my. I guess I'll infiltrate my guys up in H5 down to downstairs.
Oh, bad move. That's it. Game over.
Stupidest thing I ever saw in my life, bro. Yeah, dang it. Leader thing, that's bugging me now. All right. Okay.
Pass.
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 Because broken guys cannot infiltrate on the turn they were broken, right?
No, they can't infiltrate at all. They
Never.
can move, but they can't move on the turn that they were broken.
Gotcha.
But they can never infiltrate.
Okay. Dang it. That's waste. Now you can just storm that building. Okay. Okay.
I've been trying to storm that building for 4 turns now. 3 turns. What is it? What turn is it? Turn 3 or 4?
It's 4. So
Okay.
we're done. We're done. Everything's nothing.
Just rally phase.
All right. So now I'll go to 1 click, and it goes to the end of turn segment. Okay.
And initiative. You got it. Although I don't think you do. Actually, do you have anybody that could rally? No, you don't. You got 1 broken guy, but he can't rally. All right, so I guess we'll just start at the top. We'll start off at J2 with Sergeant Kelly and the broken squad he's with. Kelly is a 6, +1 from the morale support of the unbroken squad is a 7. See if he goes courageous. No, close, but not quite. Balls. Oh, that means the squad can't even rally. Killing me. All right, so then Sergeant Mason down in F4 is going to try to rally the squad he's with. So it's going to be a 7, +1 for the leader is an 8. He's good. He is no longer broken. And that's it. That's all my broken guys.
Okay.
Stupid American leaders.
Yeah, they have been.
Yeah, it's just been horrible for me.
Breaking and stuff. It's crazy.
Mm.
All right, so that's it on that. So advance to turn 5.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to save this file. So we're at 11:39. What do you say? What do you say, David?
9:30 here. I could probably do 1 more turn, maybe.
Okay. This could be an all-nighter. Well, could be, but some of us may not last. So it's more my just tired head from thinking.
Yeah, mine too.
Okay.
Actually, since both of us are starting to kind of fuzz out a little bit, we may want to go ahead and cut it here.
All right. So, guys, goodness gracious. Thanks a lot, man. We've had a lot of viewers tonight. That's been awesome.
Not only we had a lot of viewers, we've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, lots of chatting, lots of talking. It's been good. Oh, Scott brought his pillow and PJs. They're all in for the night. They're all ready to go. They're all laying down, watching, having a little sleepover.
Got his projection up on the wall, so they're just kicking back and having a sleepover. Dang. Popcorn.
That'd be good. My son got his braces off this week, so it's popcorn again after 3 years of no popcorn. So
woohoo!
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. So, Dev, thanks a lot, man. Yeah,
thank you.
I want to keep going, but I'm also kind of like, oh man, I'm fried.
Well, we're kind of getting to the point where I think we need to be fresh if we're going to continue, because we're kind of getting to the point where we need to start really making some hard decisions, and I don't think that's a good idea. Being a little bit punchy.
Yeah,
and I mean, honestly, good God, we've been playing for 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is why I need to get better at these games, so I can play them faster. So I can get.
Well, we'd be doing fine if we weren't chatting.
Oh, that's right, the chatting thing.
That's the whole part of the social experiment. You got to have the chatting.
Yeah.
I don't think I could play games with other people if I didn't have the chatting going on.
Yeah, then yeah, that's true. Okay, let's see. Gosh, man, anybody have any questions, any comments? Had a good time. Sergeant Rock, bye-bye. It's been fun. Just not real fun. Ha-ha. Todd, lunch soon. Yes, Mitch. So Mitchell, assuming Mitch still works in the building, when I step into on one side of I can see Mitch's building. I can see his window. I'm not saying I watch him, but let's just say I might watch him. Anyway, so Mitch and we look across longingly across an alley to each other's offices and where we work. So that's pretty cool. We've done lunch once before. Oh, and he says, and the best part, and actually, Mitch, I need to talk to you about Donkey Kong. But so yeah, we need to do lunch sometime. So guys, thanks a lot for watching. Scott, everybody. Sava was on.
Uzi was on.
Uzi for giving all the guys giving the rules, tips, and a couple strategy tips and all that. I mean, my gosh, I had people. Sergeant Rock, he's new. Hope you get involved, guys. I'll be on because now as I'm thinking about it right now, I'm like, why did I do this? But tomorrow I'll be on playing Lock and Load Tactical Heroes of Normandy against Kev Sharp, who just came back from a convention in Seattle called Game On. I don't think, Devin, you were able to make it this time, right?
I was not able to. I had real life concerns that kept me pretty much housebound the entire weekend. I wasn't able to make it up. Although I did catch it last year, and Kevin and I got together last year. So
Kevin and I will be playing Heroes of Normandy, another tactical game. So Sergeant Rock, if you're kind of in the market for tactical games, come check it out. Of course, everyone on this channel will say, no way, do ATS. But which, it's an accurate thing. But I think Lock and Load and ATS are different enough that those two are probably doable together. Now, ASL and ATS, Devin does it. Devin's a unique character.
But I don't do it well.
Correct. Yeah,
Put that caveat in there. Yes, I do both, but I do neither well. I will say I do ATS a lot better than I do ASL. I've been playing ASL off and on for 30 years, but I grok the rules for ATS a lot better, mainly because they are shorter and simpler, and don't have all the nuances and chrome that ASL has. So.
Right. So Sergeant Rock, join us on the Facebook channel, Advanced Tobruk System. That's where we announce these things. So do that. We'd love to see you there. And check your progress if you decide to play or decide to buy in. I'm sure you could maybe even get a game in if you don't buy in. But
Sergeant Rock, yes, I get them mixed up on a quite often, and I'll use interchangeable terms. So when I'm playing with my ASL guys, I'll use the term like bot marker instead of whatever acquisition marker, and the guys will just kind of look at me real funny. The funny thing is, I can make those type of word mistakes with the ETS crew, and they don't care. But when I make those type of word mistakes with the ASL crew, they don't like it. So.
Yeah, you're a bad man. Oh gosh. So anyway, so fun time. I saved it. Devin will have to do this sooner rather than later, so we remember.
Oh yeah, definitely. Whenever you're down, dude.
Yep, I'll check calendars because I definitely want to finish. I'm big on wanting to finish. So.
Definitely.
5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 4 complete turns to go.
Yep.
And he's got to get some more buildings or the hills. So,
yep.
And I have saved this game twice now. So I think I'm good. Again, I just everyone great, good times. It's been awesome. So look for those announcements when we're on. Hey, and like I saw someone mention, just like you don't have to do these hangouts. That just adds another layer. Just go on to VATS and play, or find someone local. A little harder to do, but just put a note out on Advanced Tobruk System. Say, look, I'm a noob. You can even say I don't own it. I want to try it. We'll figure it out. Someone will figure out how to make that happen, and because we want to spread the love of ATS. So that's that. Devin, any final words?
Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms in the comment section.
Yeah, go to Devin's channel, the original Grognard. That's important. The original Grognard. Go to his channel and put negative comments. I only want positive because I'm a soft little flower. And I don't know if anyone else on the chat here. Al, Red Sox fan, has a channel. He does baseball, sports games. Tony has a channel, right? Tony, you have a channel, don't you? I don't know of anyone else on here that has a channel to promote, because I will do it if you've got it. Mitch, do you know if Tony, I think Tony's off. Do you know if Tony has a channel? I don't know. Anyway, the original Grognard, he's got mainly war games. You got some computer on there, right? And
I do the occasional computer and sports game.
Yep. A couple sports games. And And then I've got, on mine, you'll see it's got all kinds of crap. That's why I call it itinerant hobbyist, because I travel from hobby to hobby, just kind of float around. So I got sports, I got wargaming, I got miniatures, stuff like that. So, okay, that's that. We'll see you all later. Everyone get a good night's sleep. Have that rum help you go to sleep, or whatever it is you're. We'll see you guys later. Have a great night.
See ya.
As I wind down here and I